So, I guess, Vagrant, if you're good, if you need more time, it's fine. Do you want to do the story up till now so we can catch everybody up on, for people who may have missed some of the other stuff?
I can give you the story up till now. So, our story up till now, our 4 erstwhile adventurers were contracted by an organization known as the Conclave to search out an artificer, scientist, etc. They've been given surprisingly very little details on the man, named Gabriel, who was last seen in the secluded peaks of northeastern Eberron, or foray specifically. So the party journeys as far as they can via airship, then navigates a long sequence of tunnels, meets a sphinx who guards the gate of the ferryman who will take them across to a floating monastery that they have come across. And upon effectively surrendering one of his int points, Stein pays the fee for everyone to cross. They cross over into the Monastery of the Distressed Body, a place that promised solace for criminals, but had some much darker intentions going on. Upon exploring the monastery, they found that not only were all of the cloaked figures running around, probably mostly skeletal at this point, but many of them had had their faces removed. They were effectively skin slaves. Upon interrupting said face skin removal from a young man who called himself Jimathan, as he was skeptical of the party and their motives, the party then attempted to make their way to the prisons before being headed off by some guards and guided before the Grand Master of the monastery, a bone devil who is wearing a coat made of faces, pried from the various monks. Upon confronting said bone devil, they decided, screw this guy, and we may as well just kill him. So upon engaging with the bone devil and his bodyguards, 2 orcs and several gaggles of monks, the party killed the bone devil and the orcs, only to find that the bone devil was in fact a machine being piloted by a tiny imp named Whatsit, who was extremely stressed out and had been keeping up this facade because he was too far into the grift to really be able to call the whole thing off, and he needed workers to keep the island afloat. Basically, after the Grandmaster's control had been wrested from the people, they went to go get their faces back, attempted to storm off the monastery, and stopped shoveling coal into the engines, which meant that the thing was going to go down in about 24 hours. This left the party to explore and find a way off and look for Gabriel's last location. Exploring the vaults of the monastery, the party ended up finding not only Gabriel's notebook, which talked about how the Grandmaster came in and sort of pushed him out, but also talking about the next step of his expedition, which was a lost city called Danya Glonia, which resides somewhere on Eberron, not quite sure where, but conveniently, Gabriel's constructed a portal that the Bone Devil Grandmaster used to bring demons in from the Nine Hells, and a portal with which the party, upon interrogating the brains, which were the control system of the island, were able to reprogram to take them to this city. The party then decided, let's maybe not go to Danya Glonia right now, and let's take a rest, which puts us in scene where the party is camped out in front of the portal, in the room, for about 8 hours as the situation of the island continues to fall into chaos, and upon giving control to one of the brains, who was an engineer in a past life, it will be gently set down, as opposed to coming crashing down into the valley below. So, as we go into scene, all of you have rested, you have leveled, you're now all level 7, you're fully rested up, and we are in the Grandmaster's chamber behind the throne, staring at the pulsating blue and purple portal that leads to God knows where.
Hooray!
Any questions?
Thank you.
I feel like
refreshing.
Thank you, Vagrant, for the recap. I'm sure people appreciate that. It was very, very. It was good.
very thorough.
Very thorough. It was
very nice.
Powerful recap.
And now you know the rest of the story.
It's true.
Which is a reference that will date me specifically.
And me. Because my dad listened to that show too.
Okay, before we do anything, since it's a long rest, I get to reset my infusions. I kind of want to swap them around.
Okay.
I'm thinking of going for enhanced defense, my repulsion shield, and then I think the Cloak of Elvenkind, which someone can take because we were not sneaky last time. I think maybe a sneaky option would be helpful.
Sneaky option
So
might be
that
helpful.
means I lose the attack bonus, and then we lose the infusion ring. But I think that will be helpful. So just so we know, I'm swapping them out.
All right. You also did pick up 2 cursed swords, but I think your sword users are.
Oh, that's right. I did get a sword. Oh. Well, I think I'm gonna just hold on to it for now.
All right.
No equipping.
I'll put on that armor with the many pockets, though.
Yes, it is basically medium leather armor, but it does have about a bajillion pockets that are each a bag of holding.
Ooh, so many
Ooh,
pockets.
Silent. Oh, since it's a long rest, can I identify any of the other items or no? Or are we good? I think we identified them all, right?
You did identify them. So one of them was a sword of polymorph,
Okay.
and one was a sword of petrify. Basically, they are extremely cursed swords, and if you hit crits with them, they either cast polymorph or subsequently petrify your target, but they are spooky cursed.
Fun.
I mean, it's working out for Stein.
Mine has a very
He's got
specifically
something
cursed
going.
I don't know. I'm just expecting that thing to blow up in my face at some point.
Any
So-
like weird dreams or anything like that? No. Oh wait, you don't even dream.
Yeah,
You're
I was
good.
about to say, no, the
See?
blanket looks
good.
the same every time.
Every single time.
Every single time. Now I don't know if we actually checked last time, but I believe old Bone Devil actually had, I think he had some rings on his fingers or something like that, and I don't know if we actually inspected that. Does anybody remember?
So, he had shards of metal embedded in his hands,
Okay.
on his claws. You did loot from the Bone Devil a crown and scepter.
That's what it was.
that
Okay.
appeared to be somewhat magical, but you can't necessarily tell what they're for.
I took the scepter.
Yep.
Neat.
So, you stand before the portal. What shall you do?
Hmm.
I don't know, are we about ready to take the plunge, or do you guys have anything else we need to prep for? Or...
Do we want to like do a little reconnaissance? You know what I mean? We could like send something through or poke our head in, make sure everything's safe. We might be walking into something hot, you know?
I mean, we probably are, but I'm trying to
mean-
remember if we spoke with. Yeah, we did. Never mind. Yeah, I couldn't remember if we had gone to go do the thing we came in here to do in the first place, but we did. I'm okay to hop on through headlong into craziness. You guys are.
I'm ready.
I am making sure I take the little imp with me. Widget?
What's it?
What's it?
What's it?
What's it?
Oh, he lived in Stein's
What's his
backpack.
name?
What's
His name is
Okay,
What's It,
good.
and he lives in Stein's backpack, and he's still extremely stressed.
Oh.
Was it? There we go. I got
Was
one.
it?
I do like the running gag of not never getting his name right.
That's
It's
true.
Widget.
Get over here, Wetchet.
Widget.
What should I call it?
Look, it's par for the course for this channel.
Just ruin his name over and over
Yeah.
until you forge a new one. All right, well, I guess if anybody has anything else we need to do, then let's do, and then I guess we'll hop on through the portal.
I'm
Alright.
ready.
I think we're ready.
Hopping on through the portal as we move to a
Whoa.
new overview.
Oh,
7
So-
out of 10, too much water.
Well, not quite water.
That is a lot of water. Oh my god.
As you step through the portal, it's a relatively easy experience as far as teleportation magic is concerned. No weird, feeling behind the navel, no motion sickness, just a pretty easy gateway, though it does shut behind you, which might be a little concerning to some. The legendary Lost City, according to Gabriel at least, a legendary Lost City, spreads out before you within a narrow mountain vale. The weather here is a little bit warmer than where you were previous, either due to the effects of the valley itself or to being in a different location. You can't quite tell. Ancient and intricate stone towers rise up from the valley floor, though many of those have toppled against one another to form dangerous-looking walkways extending between the ruins. The rooftops and upper levels of the town are strewn with vines and foliage, but a strange gleam extends across the lower reaches of the city, resembling an almost transparent barrier some 30 feet above the ground, visible only when it catches the light. Below this strange barrier, the buildings of the city are unnaturally clean, showing no signs of vegetation or other life, and highlighting the glimmering glass statuary that stands everywhere. Even at a distance, many of the statues appear to be humanoids of different races. So you are standing in a small outbuilding, denoted by our helpful little map Dorito. We love our map Dorito.
Blessed map Dorito.
Blessed Dorito.
Our map
Not a
Dorito
danger
over there.
Dorito.
Blessed map Dorito. You're standing in a little outbuilding, kind of looking over this city.
Can I look at the statues and see if they're carved naturally or in magical form? You know what I
that
mean?
might require you guys kind of cobbling down the hill a little bit, but
okay.
you can certainly give me a perception check.
All right, let's see
I
if I
would
can
love
perceive
to.
anything this week. No.
Ooh,
No.
starting off strong. Ooh. Mm-hmm.
No.
All
I
right.
perceive nothing.
So
Yeah.
you kind of clamber down the hill through a few glades. Can we select the Dorito, please? That'd be grand. Well, you clamber yourselves down the hill and kind of look over the edge, so to speak, into the city. Only to sort of find yourselves, wow, we're not gonna let me adjust the Dorito. Cool. Only to kind of find yourselves looking down into the city. The weird sort of striation between the top level of the city and 30 feet down. Is really all that you notice at this point. You kind
Am I
of
able
clamber
to,
down that slope.
Can I roll like a nature check to check the foliage and all this stuff and see if it's recognizable as anywhere we know of?
Yeah.
Let's throw it out. Man,
All right. It's above 10.
we're struggling
Above
tonight.
10.
We're
You
doing
got
great.
above
Oh,
10. I'm
just-
going to call it a win.
Y'all just on it tonight. So it's a lot of generic vines, ferns, and etc. It's definitely not as alpine of a climate as you came from. But it is kind of inscrutable as to what you might be looking at here. It's a lot of old overgrowth. But that's all you really know with that check. There are some roofs and, despite kind of the way that our map looks here, a wide variety of towers and topply bits that you can sort of begin scrambling over. To highlight sort of your overview of big buildings that you see, there's a cathedral of some nature way off in the distance with a big glass dome of some kind on top of it that appears to be made out of individual pieces of something. You might have to get closer to figure out what it is. There's also this large rotunda, Capitol building looking construction that doesn't really have any bridges that go directly from the side that you're on to it. You kind of have to meander your way through everything else. And there's a squat looking industrial kind of ziggurat building over to the right of this map. If you want to pan over, it's got a big seal of an eagle on it. And it looks like the newest building in the city.
You think that's where we should go?
Everything else is towers, ruins, and etc.
She said, just like gasps audibly loudly, and I'm like, "Oh, the raft! Oh my gosh, it's our
Oh my God.
time!"
Our
We
leafy
have a
raft is going
raft.
to be useful.
We might, we might sink if we use the raft. Also, I think the barrier is it solid?
You touching it?
I'm gonna touch it.
Can we touch it? Because I'll touch it.
Okay. Who's touching it?
I'm sticking
I'm
robot
touching it.
hand in it.
Okay, you sticking robot hand in it. If you stick robot hand in it, go ahead and take 3 damage for me, because robot hand gets real sizzly when you push it past where that barrier is. It does feel like you're kind of pushing your hand into a sort of semi-viscous material that is mostly kind of covering the city.
All right.
When you do that, and when you begin to, pull your hand away, kind of little tentacle pseudopods sort of follow your hand up and then eventually collapse back down.
It's not.
Oh my.
It's not water. I mean, it doesn't seem like water. It definitely just seems like some kind of weird. I don't know. It's a little strange.
Well, if it's thicker than water, will putting anything on top of it cause an issue? I might be able to repair the raft. It might be tedious, but it could work.
Is this
If
the
it
same
doesn't
stuff
fall.
that was in the temple? The acid?
Good question.
No, this is a different color. This is
Oh, okay.
mostly perfectly clear. Mostly on the map, it's kind of a greenish Baja Blast color for clarity's sake. But it appears mostly transparent.
Well, we could toss the raft on it and see what happens. I don't think we'll float on the raft because we weigh like 5,000 pounds because of my big chunky butt.
All right, you tossing the raft in?
I don't know. Y'all want to toss
Why
the raft?
don't we dip the little corner in, not the whole thing?
All right.
We must preserve
Patch it up before you toss it on.
a swatch test.
All right, give me a sleight of hand check if you're just trying to dip the corner of this
Trying to
unwieldy
dip.
ass inflatable.
Who wants to dip?
Oh no!
I already stuck
Oh.
my hand in, so
I could take a shot at it.
All right.
Dex is okay.
Before you do that, why don't I give you the Cloak of Elvenkind?
What's that
Which it doesn't have the description here. Oh no. Okay, give me a sec.
The Cloak of Elvenkind is specifically on stealth and dex saves.
Oh, okay. This isn't like a dex save. Okay, never
This
mind.
is a sleight of hand check.
Okay,
So-
never mind.
Casimir, go ahead and give me a strength save real quick.
do? Good. I'm good at that.
I mean,
ironically enough,
Ironically enough,
oh,
you got it.
do.
Hey!
ironically enough, was indeed good at that.
So 3 things happen very quickly. First, as you attempt to sort of dip the unwieldy pool toy-esque inflatable leaky raft that you have into the barrier, it begins to sizzle almost immediately, and tiny little pseudopods reach out from the barrier and attempt to grasp the raft. You do manage to yank the raft away at the last moment, kind of throwing it over your shoulder in the process, and narrowly dodging a brassy, sort of like rainbow sheeny, oily looking tentacle that appears from a portal and tries to bat you into the goop below.
Oh, this thing is
Oh.
alive.
And it's taking my tricks.
Was not expecting the city to try to eat me.
No, that was not on my list of things that I thought would
It wasn't on my
happen here.
bingo card. No.
Can I rack my brain to see if I know what this is?
Give
I mean-
me an Arcana check.
Yeah,
You
was I-
got
was
it.
An Arcana? Maybe I could try and figure out what it is.
Mm.
No, I still know nothing.
I'm about to put
did.
these dice in the
Okay.
garbage.
Yes. Welcome to D&D,
Yeah.
where you're just like, I need new dice because these suck.
Give
They
me
do
new
have-
digital dice.
They do have dice jail.
I do. I have done it. I have put my
Dice
dice.
jail.
You can physically buy a dice jail. So
That's amazing.
at this point, it doesn't take much for you to kind of determine that this might be a gelatinous cube, but it's too big to be a gelatinous cube.
It's a gelatinous sea.
Ew, what? Wait, did it eat everyone here and got enormous?
I've never heard of such a thing. They're not this big.
I mean, I didn't.
But that's some cube behavior right there.
Mm-hmm.
At this moment, Wazit sticks his head out of Stein's backpack and looks. Oh gods. Okay. So that's probably why, huh? That's what the portal to the Nine Hells was for. Yep. Looks like someone summoned something from layer 222, Slimetown.
I'm sorry.
Blind town.
222?
Uh-huh. 222nd layer of the Abyss, Jubilex's domain. This whole thing is one giant superorganism. Good luck!
Wait, you got nothing else? Just good luck?
Don't drop me in.
Is there anything we can do to like neutralize it?
He kind of like looks at the size of this thing. There's only 4 of you. It's kind of big. You don't exactly just have like bags and bags of lye or gallons of holy water. I mean, you could attempt to like chop through it, but that'd take years.
Can I push Ketchup back in the bag and tell him he's very unhelpful?
Well,
Yes, you can.
Because he is not helping us right now. But do you guys have any further questions for Ketchup?
I got nothing, because he's got nothing. Is there anything it's weak against?
I mean, your best bet's probably just like sticking to the rooftops and not touching it. It won't bother you if you don't bother it.
Alright, the floor is lava. Fine.
I don't have much in my tool belt to help with this. Okay, if we rest, I might be able to work on something that could help with this, but we'd have to sleep overnight, and that might be tricky. I don't even know if it would be safe to rest near this thing.
I mean, yeah, I don't think I got anything to help with this.
I got anything on Jubilex?
Give me a religion check. You know that Jubilex is the Slime Lord, Lord of all oozes and slimes, and basically his entire lair of the Abyss is... It's this, you're looking at it, it's slime time all the time. Every day, baby. Jubilex is kind of known for devouring hunger and is the patron of all slimes, oozes, and the like, regardless of color, kind, or viscosity. The Lord of Ooze is... Yeah.
Terrain of that domain instead of a creature of it. Any kind of banishment probably isn't going to work.
On something this size, probably not. This appears to kind of just be ooze on a large scale to the point of flooding, again, more or less an entire city.
Is there a tall tower or anything nearby that I could like scale up and try to map out a path to the building?
Yeah, there's actually conveniently a tall tower right down there, the white one, that's got some windows that you could kind of scale to from where you are.
Okay, would I need to roll athletics for that?
Yeah, you'd probably need to roll an athletics check for me.
All right.
Yeah, you easily kind of scramble into the windows of this tower. Inside, it kind of freaks you out a little bit because you do see 2 glass statues of what look to be tiny bird people.
Oh.
That are frozen in place, sort of sitting at a table, playing poker, and even the cards are made of glass. But
Are
upon
they-
closer inspection, they don't look like they've been carved out of anything.
Okay. So they're not moving currently.
No, they're not moving. They're just two perfect renditions in glass of bird people playing cards.
All right.
I
It-
join him in the tower. And I want to pick up a few of the cards. Can I pick up an
Cards are-
individual glass card?
The cards are fused to their hands. It's all one solid piece.
Is there any of them on the table? Is there just a chunk of glass I can grab, basically?
Nope. They've each got a handful of cards.
I would like to take out one of my glass vials.
Okay.
And I'm going to toss it into the slime.
All right, you toss a glass vial onto the slime. The ooze below kind of reaches up, absorbs it, engulfs it, and slowly it sinks down to the bottom. But it is relatively unaffected, much like the rest of the glass statues kind of scattered around the city below, which, as you're looking, you notice are a wide variety of humanoids of various types, everything from beast folk and demi-humans to tiny little kinku bird people, to elves, to humans, to dwarves. Whole panoply of people dressed in all sorts of garb, everything from what looks like plain citizenry to other adventurers, who have all been rendered in perfect glass and posed in a variety of ways.
But it didn't dissolve?
Nope, it did not dissolve.
Interesting.
All right.
Well,
Go ahead.
I mean, ethics aside, I do have glass blowers tools. It might take a while, but we might be able to fuse these people together into maybe something we can use to get across this whole thing. If it doesn't just try to swallow us whole immediately.
Well, so we came up here, and originally it was just a look. I guess we saw the glass people. Can we take a look out the window and see if there is a walkable path across the rooftops to get to this other building that we see in the distance?
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
God, from me. Oh, Lord.
I give you guidance.
Reasonable. Okay, so with that, if you scroll over, you can kind of see some buildings over in this general direction that you could navigate across, kind of get to the upper levels of that Colosseum, and then cobble your way kind of over to that large building. It would be a little bit of parkour, but it'd be mostly manageable. There's a lot of collapsed debris and bridges that would allow you pretty easily to kind of walk across.
What do you guys think?
That
Because I
area.
feel like we're gonna sink hard. I think if we try to float something over there, or
Yeah.
it's gonna reach out and grab us and pull us down. So
Yeah, I'm
Go.
against that.
I'm
So
just not very good at jumping, you know?
So, and based on your assessment, it shouldn't require much jumping.
okay. For anybody who is less capable of jumping, would they be able to hop on my back and then I can jump?
I
You would
could
have to
shrink-
do an athletics check to do that, but yes, you could
Okay.
like carry someone across. Your strength is high enough. Yeah.
I can shrink myself down.
That
so
also
I
works.
can just fit comfortably in your pocket.
Oh, you
and
can hang
then
out with
leave
Cratchit
out.
in the backpack.
I can get in with Cratchit.
I've actually forgotten his real name.
What's it?
was it?
Who's it? It's
Who's it?
who's it?
Crenshaw.
Was it?
That's it.
Sure.
Crenshaw ketchup. Alright, well, would you guys have anything else you want to look at around here? Because I'm pretty fascinated by the glass people, but I don't know if we can really glean much from their cold, lifeless bodies here. So
I mean, I've been doing great. Seeing nothing.
All right. So you all make your way over to these rooftops.
Yeah.
Go ahead and you kind of make it across, picking your way through. And ultimately you do make it to kind of the first area where you got to climb a little bit, which is to get into the upper level of this Coliseum. So for those that are jumping, I'm going to need dex checks or athletics checks, should you prefer, in order to kind of make the jump across, scramble up a statue, and get onto one of the flying buttresses of this Coliseum-looking structure.
Aside
Okay.
from wishing I took a fly right now, would Phantom Steed help at all?
Can Phantom Steed fly?
No, I think it's just a vaguely horse-shaped ghost thing.
I mean, you could
that
Super
moves faster than
Mario
a
jump.
normal one.
Yes, you could Super Mario jump if you wanted to, and kind of use the steed to augment your own jumps. I'm not going to give you an Elden Ring double jump.
We're about to Yoshi this thing into the toilet.
But yes, you should be able to Yoshi it in the toilet if you so desire.
I do want to cast a spell.
All right.
I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability
Okay.
on myself.
Okay.
And I essentially get to choose a stat that I want advantage on.
Okay.
If I can concentrate on it for an hour, and I'll have advantage on any of those checks. So,
Okay.
I'm going to give myself the cat's grace.
So Dex.
So, yeah.
Beautiful.
Because I don't want it. And I'm going to take off my armor.
Okay.
So
No, let's see your various Dex and etc. checks. Athletics.
Oh man.
If anyone wants to be carried by Stein, Stein can do 2 athletics checks instead.
My athletics is reasonably high. That's actually probably one of my higher stats. So I mean, we can try that if you guys want.
Ooh, okay. What if I give... Is it too late to change my concept of spell?
Your what?
Like, can I give it to Stein instead?
Yeah, you could give it to Stein instead if you wanted to.
I want to give him advantage on
Strength?
checks. Yeah, so then he can carry me across or anyone that we
So
need. It's
normally
slow,
have
but the rolls are better that way.
I normally have a +7 on it normally.
Oh.
So how does that augment it?
So you
You
get to
just
roll
roll
twice
twice.
and you pick the
Okay.
better one.
Oh, okay, right, because it's advantage. I'm sorry, I missed that part. Okay,
You're
cool.
good.
All good. Okay, I'm giving it to you, and you can carry me.
All right, so we have to roll this twice.
Yep.
All right.
So give me 4 athletics rolls.
Here, well, there's
I
one.
mean, that's pretty good.
Oh god.
Ooh.
This is why we like advantage.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So
So-
that's one set of rolls for that, right?
Yes, that's 1 set of rolls for that.
Okay. I guess here comes round 2.
Oh, good.
Okay.
And this is why we like advantage.
Yeah.
And this is why we like advantage. So yeah, Stein, you are able to get yourself and the others kind of across and up into the upper levels of this balcony. With you jumping back and forth, I am going to need you to go ahead and make a strength save for me really quick.
All right. That's saving throws, right?
Yeah, that's saving throws. Okay. All right. So, who is currently standing next to Stein on the other side?
I'll stand next to him.
Which side?
Yeah, how many jumps is this now?
This has been 2 jumps back and forth.
I mean, no. So he took. God, my brain just short
Okay,
out.
Shisa first.
Yeah, he took Shiza
Yeah,
first.
so I think
right?
it would be me.
Okay. So
Which side
she's
is he on? Is he on the Coliseum side or the other side?
He has jumped back to the other side.
Okay.
So,
Probably me?
okay. So, Casimir and I've forgotten your character's name. Alicia, go ahead and give me dex saves.
Ooh.
This was going so well.
I thought I figured it out.
Oof.
Okay. So, you kind of get a little bit of a freebie on this one. So, Casimir, as Stein jumps back and lands heavily on the roof back on the other side, you see another one of these portals open up, and this sort of oily, rainbow, sheeny colored tentacle kind of comes out of it and slaps him off the edge of the roof. You are able to grab him in just enough time to kind of save him from falling and avoiding taking damage, but the portal closes up pretty immediately after Stein lands.
Wow. That was certainly something. A lot happening all at once. So we didn't get a good look at it at all, right?
You kind of got hit in the face by it. It appeared much like the Grandmaster's sort of localized portal attacks that he would do. Except for instead of a claw hand reaching through, it's a whole ass tentacle.
He's cheating. We even fall in. He's a sore loser. Stupid gooplex.
But
Okay.
it's a distinctly different color than the ooze below the city.
Okay.
Some more like the Hadar ones that I've got, or different from that as well?
Different from that, your kind of look, it almost looks a bit rubbery, to a degree. Like it's rubbery and coated in oil.
Any of that oil get left on Stein?
A little bit, but not a whole lot. Kind of just a wet slap to the face that knocked him off the roof. Or about did.
Hulk.
It's a good thing somebody's saving throw caught that, because I would have been dead.
Oh man.
Maybe we should all just try to move along instead of jumping back and forth.
We could, yeah, if you guys want to just proceed on. I think the biggest thing we were trying to do was get Ashisa over to the Ashisa. I can't pronounce anything sometimes. Get them across.
It's localized. No worries.
It's localized. Okay, I can't even remember Crenshaw's name.
But yeah, you would be able to probably make another jump with another athletics check, and you'd have advantage on that as well, because of the spell.
Y'all want to go for that since we have the advantage on it?
I'm sure.
How about
Alright.
you take Alicia and then I'll find
Okay.
my own way across.
That works.
All right.
Give me them jumps. You have advantage. Hey, okay.
Woo!
So you jump, manage to scramble up to the upper level of this Coliseum.
Alright, well, we're gonna take a straight jump instead of the Yoshi throw because I only got 2 spell slots.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Stein, do you want to make a strength save for me?
yeah.
Would
God,
have been.
what is-
Oh no, not a save. Damn.
That's what
Okay.
they say.
So, Casimir, you kind of scramble up this statue, but one of your feet does end up falling in the goop. And you're going to go ahead and take 6 damage for me as it sizzles, burns, and hurts. And a pseudopod's kind of attempting to grab you and yank you down a little bit.
I don't like that. The goo got my boot.
The goo does indeed have your boots. But you're now on the upper floor of this Colosseum. And looking down into the Colosseum, there's a full-on chariot race rendered in glass, complete with horses, various large birds, and other beasts of burden pulling chariots in a circular formation, all frozen in time.
It's kind of pretty, you know?
Oh yeah, whole thing's very pretty.
Like,
And kind of a
Oh.
horrifying, oh my god, these were actual people kind of way.
Even though we've
like
lost our
outside
pride
of the deck.
and maybe some shoes.
And some shoes.
Yeah, Casimir did lose a boot to the pseudopods there.
Oh no.
Just a boot.
You do have one shoe right now.
Does anybody know conjure boot? Just one.
Just one.
Don't need two, just one.
I have extra boots. I give him a boot.
Das boot. Roll me a D100.
Das
Let's see if
boot.
the boot fits.
Oh my god.
Alright.
I have it for enchanting purposes, so I give him a spare enchanting boot.
A spare enchanted boot. Okay.
Yeah,
roll me
this
that.
one's not enchanted, but for the potential of enchanting, I
I
have
see.
a boot.
The boot surprisingly fits okay.
Hey.
Imagine
Alright.
having to roll the dice on if a shoe fits. What a nightmare.
Stranger things have been rolled.
Be like, oh, I hope this fits. Dang.
Not again.
Roll for shoe size.
So the picking across the rooftops kind of goes like this a little bit more. There's a whole lot of dodging tentacles when Stein lands heavily on these rooftops, but eventually you do find yourselves on the roof. From a long circuitous route, you find yourselves on the roof of this little ziggurat.
Woo! I need a nap.
And that was
Hearing
quite
that-
quite the run. Very
Yeah.
dangerous. But we did make it at least.
Very high up.
So peering down from the top of this large sort of stone building, heaped around is a bunch of jumbled, tangled old machinery, clockwork parts, piles of broken glass, kind of litter the area around the first floor on the outside. Though it does seem like the doors on the front are completely sealed. Some of the statues almost appear stretched as if they're trying to break down the doors, or as if they were viscous when they were still fashioned, and almost as though they elongated themselves to attempt to escape their fate in some way, shape, or form. Looking down through the windows, you see a dimly lit room with lots of machinery scattered around, and, you know, maybe about an inch of water on the floor, but
Like actual
Nothing-
water?
like
Or
actual
like
water.
this? Okay.
like actual water. It's kind of brown and mucky.
Yeah.
Can I pick up some of the shattered glass just very carefully?
Shattered glass is below the ooze line on the outside.
No. Okay, never mind then.
But you can from here get a slightly better look at the cathedral, if someone wants to give me a perception check.
Sure.
I'll also perceive with my
I
eyes.
perceive nothing.
I am going to burn these dice.
I can't roll above a 10. Can't.
I can't.
Oh my god. Alright, so perception
Shiso is
checks.
still the one with the talisman, right?
Yes.
Alright, hold on. That has been expanded, I believe.
That expanded
what-
talisman.
It's a little heavier.
Let's see, it has. That's a save one. That's the rebuke. Where'd it go? There you go. I thought it added ability with the level 7 invocation.
You can come back to it. With a 15, you do notice that all of the domes on the top of this cathedral do appear to be made of lots and lots of humanoid statues, kind of all pressed together into a dome.
Something turned everyone into these glass statues, huh? We should be careful. I
There
don't
are
want
open
any
windows.
of us turned into that.
There are open windows in the top of the building that you're on now, as well, which is how you can see down into the brown water.
Got it. Can I look at the water itself?
The water down below?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would
Is
take
it
you probably
brown?
about a 20, 30-foot drop.
Well, do we want to go down there? Since we got all the way up here already?
Well, we might have to. I don't know if there's much else on the roof for us to really do.
Doesn't seem like it.
We could go down to the stink water.
Let's go stink.
Can I take the jump down there, I guess, since it's a reasonable drop, and then maybe scope it out and see if it's whatever?
Yeah, you've got Featherfall, right?
Yeah, I could featherfall the whole party, I guess.
That would be nice.
I guess let's y'all wanna do that? You wanna hop on down?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
So, you kind of featherfall yourselves down and find yourself on a catwalk kind of sitting above the area. The baseline sort of stone of the structure appears like it's been a retrofitted building to some degree. It may have been a square at some point. As you descend into the gloom, I'm actually going to move you all over to a new screen. As you descend into the gloom, and I need to put your characters where you land. Can we pop those to where they need to be, please? Bonk? No? Oh my god. Roll20 is borked tonight, let me tell you.
Dang, that portrait was large.
Yeah, they're all coming in hot and big.
That dark mode, though.
That dark mode, though. We got that dark mode. So you drop into kind of a warehouse office up here. And as you hit the ground fairly lightly, the brownish, brackish water is everywhere. There's also a lot of like oil all over the ground and other various, mechanical fluids and etc. You do also hear when you hit the ground, "Hey, was that excuse me, was that someone? Is someone in here other than me? I'm in the coffin. If you could get to that and open it, it would be great."
I'm sorry, you're what?
Don't worry about it. There's a coffin.
Don't worry. He says not to worry about it.
Hey, who is it?
He says not to worry about it while he's in a city made of glass people.
He's in the coffin, but we shouldn't be worried about opening it.
Get about
He's
it.
totally not gonna murder us for something.
Okay, I'm putting on my armor for sure. Hell
However,
no.
Maybe try to move slowly.
What?
It'll make more sense once you see it. There is kind of a window in front of you, since you did kind of drop into sort of what appeared to be a foreman's office of some kind. So there is kind of that window in front of you that looks out over the rest of the area.
Well, I guess I'll walk over the window and see what the heck is. How far away is this window? Is it just about 10 feet?
10 feet.
Okay.
Move slowly.
Yeah, I guess I'll walk over there and see what happens, and hopefully nothing blows up.
All right.
I hope you don't blow up.
Well, hopefully it doesn't kill me if it does blow up.
I mean, it'll be a good show.
Yeah, it'll be good.
You should be able to move your little character person over to where you are viewing the window.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and scroll down south for me, because you see a writhing mass of those like black rubbery tentacles with some brass on them, and at the very center of it is a coffin, intricately carved and kind of sitting in the mass of the almost mechanical animatronic kraken-esque thing. And whoever is calling to you from that coffin.
Okay, I'm gonna call back to him, I guess, since they were talking to us a second ago, which means they can hear us. Are you aware that you have a giant clockwork kraken looking thing wiggling around outside of this coffin you're stuck in?
Yes, however, I cannot actively control it. I think I'm being used as a battery. So if you get me out of here, it should stop. However, I can't guarantee that it's not gonna flail around a lot while you try to do that.
Well, gang,
Oddly
I mean,
I think we want to take a look around first, because this is...
sure, enormous gelatinous cube from a slime dimension, batteries in whatever. Fine. You know what? Nothing surprising. Let's go.
Can I do an insight check on that bad boy right there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give myself some guidance, just so I'm extra spish. You know?
Extra sus?
Extra sus. Ugh.
Look, I'm gonna pretend to look at things again. Yeah.
Oh my god! What is with your dice?
I don't know.
Holy hell.
No.
That's so bad. So with your insight check, you're fairly certain this individual is in fact being used as a battery of some kind. Deep in your memories of Artificer School, you do recall experiments of using organic matter and or beings to power large-scale machines. And it stands to reason that, you know, the brains in the jar were powering part of the floating island. It all kind of comes together. So you're fairly certain that if this individual is being used as a battery, they may not actually have control of the machine itself if they're not intended to have control.
It checks out, you know? It checks out. It's in theme. You know, I've heard of, like, Arcana-powered things, you know what I mean? Okay. So, do you know a man named Gabriel? Ever heard of him?
That asshole put me in here.
Well,
That
We can
makes
get you
sense after
out.
the island.
I assure you I was innocent of anything. This was all a huge misunderstanding. If you just get me out, I can,
this was a punishment?
technically.
Happen. You know,
What? I
how'd
wanna
that happen?
insight
Tell
that
me your
one.
story.
What
Just a
did you
second.
do?
Do you know an imp named Ketchup?
Was it?
No?
I'm sorry, Ketchup wasn't the name. His name was... What? Cratchit? What's it?
No, I don't know any imps. I do know about our Lord and Savior Nathair, though.
Who? Nathair?
Yeah, she's the great and mighty wonderful Gorgon.
Mm-hmm.
Get me out of
Great-
here.
Gorgons.
Yeah, don't worry about
every
it.
Time. Wait. So.
Hey, can I do that
she-
insight?
Hit me with that insight.
Okay.
I ain't rolling shit.
Ooh.
You're fairly certain this was a punishment, and the whole going religious thing kind of affirms that to you. You're not sure for what?
Can I roll for insight? Or no?
Probably not on the same statement.
Okay. That's fine.
Can I throw
Well,
a brick
like-
across the room and see if I can hit the damn thing?
Yeah, throw a brick.
I want to see. Let's see what happens if we get near this thing.
So
Is that-
give me a just give me a ranged attack roll with an improvised weapon.
I don't even know where that is.
So it'd be a attack roll with Dex.
Oh God.
Do you want me to do it with a spell?
Who
I can't roll for shit,
who has more
but-
dexterous brick hands?
All right, can I throw a firebolt at it? Maybe we try that.
Yeah, you can throw a firebolt at it. Give me an attack roll.
All right. Cool. Oh, sure, I can roll on that.
Yeah, you can
Wow,
roll
okay.
attacks. Okay. So yeah, let me pull up this thing. You definitely hit it. The whole thing then subsequently springs to life, and we're gonna have to roll for initiative. But you absolutely hit it with fire, and it is upset with you. So let's get those initiative rolls.
Oh, good.
Oh no.
I didn't know
Wait.
that. I didn't look. I'm sorry. I didn't know this was.
I did, and I still did it anyway.
I did, and I still did it. It's like, yeah, I knew where this was going, and I still did it.
I knew the consequences.
Now, in my defense, I figured I'd roll a 2 and it wouldn't matter.
The one time.
Ashisa
great.
waiting on you for initiative.
Oh, sorry. There we go. There we go.
All right.
Enjoy that
So-
17. You'll never see it again.
No, don't say that.
Roll
No.
15 on initiative.
So, Ashisa, go ahead and go. It is your turn.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
Do I get to roll
So-
damage on my fireball?
You do get to roll damage on your fireball. Go ahead and do that. Hell yeah.
Damn, almost maxed it out. Hot.
All right. So, top of the order, Ashisa, it is your turn.
Yes, I am. What I am going to do is, I see this guy get aggro, right? I'm gonna run down here, and I am. Is this a door? Like, kind of
It
here?
is.
How can I enter this way?
It is a window, so you can jump out it, and then the wall is partially broken right here. So you effectively have a straight shot. Map's not
I would-
100% accurate.
I would like to do that. I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna charge ahead.
All right.
And then what is the distance for that? Question.
Mhm.
Is the coffin a separate entity from, like, can I attack the tentacles and the coffin separately, or are they one thing?
So the coffin is at the center of the whole thing. For the sake of ease, unless you are directly interacting with the coffin, I'm going to assume you're attacking the main body.
Got it. Okay.
'Cause the coffin does just have a lid on it.
Is the coffin made of metal?
Yes, the whole thing is made of a combination of metal and rubber.
Ooh, I'm gonna cast heat metal on it. Choose
How's
a
that going to affect our
manufacturer-
battery?
Well, if the
Yeah, I don't want to.
battery's
We don't want to
turned
cook. We
off-
don't want to cook our battery. I don't think it's gonna be looking like a Samsung phone here in a minute.
What do you
Is
say
that the
about
plan?
Samsung phones? Mine's fine.
Okay, wait. Do we want to attack the coffin, or do we want to attack the tentacles? Because if we're attacking the coffin, I'll go all in. Before we get started. I thought we were attacking the coffin.
My plan was hoping that while this thing is distracted, I can send the screaming noodle in to rip open the coffin in a distracted, in like a spot it's not looking at.
Okay. Then I'm gonna cast magic missile instead then. At the tentacles.
All right, give me those damage rolls for the magic missiles.
You got it. So I attack 3 times, correct?
Depends on what level you're casting it at, but if you're casting it at base level, yeah, you get 3 darts, so 3d4, and they all auto hit.
Here we go. Those are my rolls. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, so that's a total of 12. All right, which brings us to Alicia. What are you doing?
Oh no.
Hello?
Zelda?
I'm sorry, what?
It is your
Your
turn.
turn.
Totally spaced out. I apologize. All right, well, we're gonna try. We'll do the same. Just whack the shit out of it.
When in doubt.
Yeah, from when in doubt, just set it on fire.
All right, give me those rolls.
That one, not so great.
Okay, that is going to miss.
See, that's what I expected the first time.
What is the range on that?
240 feet.
God,
Ooh.
I had no idea that had so much range.
Do.
Yeah, it's gross, but great. I just stand back here.
When it hit. You know, the one time you hit.
Yeah. That's
So-
it. That's all for me. The rest of the night, guys.
That's-
See y'all later.
That's it. That's all. Okay. So our next thing that happens is out of the mucky brown water
Oh no.
does emerge a rather ooze-shaped individual who begins meandering towards Ashisa.
Rude.
I'm not okay with that.
Get out of here, Glompy.
And it is going to attempt an attack with reach on you. It is going to hit.
Higher than a 22?
Exactly a 22. So I think it does miss. Damn.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, it swings its little tentacles at you, and that is its turn. Stein, it is now your turn.
All right. I guess I'm going to see how long this is. Okay. But position myself in between Glomposaurus Rex and Ashisa.
Okay.
And I don't know what this thing's made out of, but we're gonna try to bonk it.
All right.
I was gonna try to chromatic orb the the machine thing in the distance, but this is obviously the more present threat. So I guess we'll just roll for a standard attack on this.
Okay. Give me that roll. You absolutely hit it.
All right.
Give me that damage.
15.
All right. Yeah, you slice through this thing pretty cleanly, though not all the way. And go ahead and give me that second swing. See how you do there. Yeah, that's gonna hit. And that's gonna murder it.
Yay.
Woo!
So this
Hey.
thing crumple, dies instantly.
Tell me about what does the goop look like as it blows up?
I mean, you kind of just slash through it to the point where it just melts back into the floor,
All right.
and disappears. Melds back into the water, but loses all sense of shape.
Threat averted for now.
Which brings us to another one of these bad boys crawling out of the water closer to the tentacle demon, and not really doing much else. Which then brings us to Yasimir.
Okay. What is the range I can summon this at? 90 feet.
You ping on the map where you want the Screamy Child.
Well, I'm gonna move. Let's say down here.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, it's in range. It's gonna pop up. Come on. Oh wait, that's not gonna work with the ruler set. Down here.
Okay. There's your Screamy Noodle.
This is gonna be the fear type, where in dim light or darkness, it takes the hide action at believe automatically?
Well, this is certainly dim light, so it can do its thing.
Okay, and that will get its turn after I am done with, let's see, who's hurting for how much? Yeah, I'm just gonna try to top myself off with the healer bee.
Okay.
It's gonna
Go
use
bee,
that
go.
1d6. There's the 1d6 plus 2. So 6. So
Alright.
all the slime damage is undone.
Still lost a boot, though.
Yep, still lost a boot, but all the slime damage is undone. That's
This
my
is true.
turn for Casimir himself. The noodle is going to try to get in there and open up the coffin.
Okay. So it's going to take a single attack of opportunity upon getting in there, and then give me a strength check.
Okay. Let's see if this should work. Alright, that rolled 1. Good.
So, yeah, it's making an attempt. It is going to get hit.
It is a noodle.
It is going to take 12 damage.
Oh,
Ooh.
good.
We believe in you, Noodle.
But it is currently all up in there, attempting to yank the lid off of the coffin.
So much health going. You have 50 health even. Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not terrible. But it is now the Kraken's turn.
You said
Kraken.
11 damage on him?
12 damage.
Oh, okay. Let's break that down by 1. There
Okay,
you go.
Kraken is going to make 4 attacks in total. First one is on the noodle. What's the noodle's AC?
Let's see. That is 12.
Okay,
Wait,
so
no,
it is-
that's plus the spell level, not plus for. Let's see. 15.
Okay, it is going to get hit. So it is going to take 15 damage. Then we are going to slam jam on Stein.
Oh, bring
We're
it.
going to miss Stein. We're going to attempt to slam jam on Ashisa. Because we're doing more portal tentacles. We're going to miss Ashisa.
Yes.
And we're going to roll another one and miss completely, and that is its turn. Cool. Very cool. Love that.
Neat.
So now we've got more little Uzi boys crawling up out of the water. And moving in on you. And you hear that same voice from the coffin kind of echoing around the room. It appears you may have activated the defense system. Please don't die. Please don't die. It's been so long. Good luck. And it is now back to Ashisa.
Question.
Mhm.
A. Are these oozes made of the same substance as the, water?
It appears that they are kind of, they do all have a bright red core at the center of them, though, that appears to be holding them together.
Hmm. And B. Is it flammable?
You have not checked.
Can I check for that?
You would have to attempt to set it on fire with something.
Ah, I see. I have thunder-based things, unfortunately.
I see.
So I cannot fire. But, I am going to run up as close as I can. And I am going to try to bonk a slime.
Okay. Give me that attempt to bonk a slime.
I'm going to attack unarmed.
Okay.
With my thunder gauntlets. So it's built into my magical armor that I have shocky fists. Essentially.
Got it.
So I am going to attack with my thunder gauntlets.
All right. Give me the big bad fist rolls. Yeah, you're gonna hit.
Yeehaw.
Cool.
Yeehaw, give me that damage.
6, and then I'm going to attack again.
Okay. Give me that second attack. That's absolutely gonna hit. Give me the damage. Another 8. Alright, you punch the crap out of this thing. It does appear to be somewhat unperturbed by you punching it, but you dealt a good deal of damage to it. It is kind of wavering a bit and slumping over. Which then brings us to Alicia.
All right. So just to confirm, because I'm looking at the screen, we've got the one that Shiz is working at, and then there's another one.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take aim at the other one. Let's see, how far away is it from me? Oh, thanks. That's what I need to know. 6 feet. Okay. I would like to cast Ray of Frost on it to maybe try and also slow it down.
Okay.
So, let's see how that goes.
Yeah. That's gonna hit.
Wonderful.
Okay,
Wow,
so
that
you
was
deal 3 damage to it, but its legs do appear somewhat partially frozen.
Yay.
All right. Which then brings us to Stein.
All right. So, this is tricky. I don't want to put anybody else in between Tentacle Beast and me.
I would recommend sticking by me, because if anything attacks you, I have an opportunity attack.
That's true, yeah. Let's, I guess let's move right up here next to Ashisa. And I'm actually going to try to do something a little different here.
Okay.
Instead of just smash in pieces.
Okay.
I guess I'm going to try to use... I don't know what kind of effect Lightning Lure would have on the creature itself. I don't know if we're attacking individual gigantic tentacles or if we're attacking the thing as a whole or what.
So the tentacles are able to act independently due to the localized portals. Each tentacle is treated as a medium creature. The thing itself is treated as large. So I believe with Lightning Lure, you can move something one size category larger than you. I think.
Okay.
Let me read the description on Lightning Lure. Lightning Lure. Load in spell. Yep, so Lightning Lure just has to fail a strength save based on your spell save DC, and then it gets pulled 10 feet towards you in a straight line.
Okay. Well, I think it's probably a bad call to move that thing, because I feel like if I try to do that, that might screw up what old Noodle's doing down there. So let's do, let's try
Noodle's
to hit...
currently kind of up on top of it.
Oh, that's true. Let's do, we'll try something else, I guess. On the slime that is to the right here, I think I'm going to try casting Chromatic Orb on it.
Okay. All right.
So for that, we just roll the hit and damage, correct?
Yep.
All right. Lord.
That is just shy of hitting.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to see if I have anything else that I can do with this, but I think that will probably be my attempt. So.
All right. So that brings us to the little Uzi boy next to Ashisa, who is going to do some attacks. So first attack, gotta be a miss. Second attack,
Hey.
second attack is a nat 20. So that's a 24 and it crits. So you're going to take, 15 damage.
All right. I would like to maybe Oh, is it a reaction? The No, it's not. Okay, in my turn, I'll just get some extra HP points. But 15 damage?
15 damage. And then we are on
sounds good.
Casimir. So we are now on Casimir.
Hello,
Let's see.
buddy?
Sorry.
Oh, he's there.
I was thinking what to do between healing or trying to take something out. I think either way we're gonna pop that form of dread, so gonna get that bonus HP.
Alright. Hit me with that bonus HP as you turn into a skeleton.
Hooray.
It's 1d10 plus 7. Where's the d10? There you go. Good.
Alright. Oh, that's real good. Sweet.
Yeah. Well, plus 7 doing work.
God, I just saw the one. I didn't see that at first. I was like, oh god.
The theme of tonight.
Cool 8 HPs.
Yeah. That'll buffer one hit.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's see. How far is that? How big's a 30-foot sphere?
I think you can
that's big.
turn it on as a DM. Like if you double click the icon, you can create a sphere.
I can, yes.
You
Is it
sounded
30-foot radius or
deadpan with
30-foot
that. I can,
diameter?
yes.
It would be a 30-foot sphere. And I'm trying to figure out how big that is because that could be a problem.
Does it give you in the spell description radius or diameter?
It does not. It just says 30-foot sphere.
Okay, so I'm assuming that's 30 feet across, so 30-foot diameter.
Probably.
Oh, wait, 30-foot radius, yeah.
Oh,
Centered
30-foot
on-
radius. Holy
Yeah.
shit, so 60-foot sphere?
Big.
Very large.
Oh.
Now, is that that was the spell that has the dot effect on it?
Oh, this is a different one. This is Sickening Radiance. So that's why I'm checking everything.
Ooh.
So that could
I
be
can
nasty.
handle it. I'm a tough cookie.
And I could place that down within 120 feet of me. So I'm trying to.
What's the
figure out
damage
if
type on
that's
this?
just- that's going to be necrotic because I could change it.
Mm.
Sick.
But it's 4d10 and applies a level of exhaustion.
God.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
It's not
Is there any
poison
way?
damage.
Is there any way we could
or
put
something
it
I'm
further
resistant
down
to.
so we can like still get into melee range of it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna not have our people in it.
God,
Noodle,
why
I'm
is that
afraid you're
so
gonna have to bite the
big?
bullet for everyone.
Alright,
I'll take
about
it.
there?
And that's a 10-minute concentration on it. Anything that stays
Ooh.
inside there takes that every turn.
Nice.
Alright. There's the no-no zone.
The no zone. No.
Alright, that's both of my spell slots taken up for today.
Okay, so
Let's
what
see,
does this
so
thing have to roll now that
a
it's in?
Constitution save
Okay,
at a 15.
alright. Okay, it is gonna make it. I'm assuming it takes half damage and avoids exhaustion.
Let's see. When a creature moves into the spell's area effect for the first time on its turn or starts its turn there, that creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or suffer 1 exhaustion and emit a dim greenish light in a 5-foot radius. This light makes it impossible for the creature to benefit from being invisible. Oh, this is it saves or nothing. If it saves, nothing.
Okay, so it saves for now, but it is also about to be its turn, and then it will have to do the save again.
Yes.
Okay, so it is now the Noodle's turn. The Noodle is starting its turn in the bullshit. It must thus
Oh
And
Yes.
no!
Okay.
What? Wait. No, that's resistance, not immunity. Oh. I hope I got this thing spec'd out right. Wait, that's a check, not a save. Well. Actually, it's save and it has no proficiencies because it's a summon.
Yeah.
So its checks are its saves.
Okay. And
So he's
Matt
gonna make
rolls-
that.
He's gonna make that, so nothing happens. He's just glowing a little bit, which means he no longer turns.
No, it's they only once they're infected by the. It's radiation. It's hitting them with radiation.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Bombarding
Yeah.
them with radiation. Okay.
Yep.
So what is the noodle doing?
It's still trying to rip open that coffin. Although maybe now that's not a good idea.
Give me that strength check.
Ooh.
Good Lord, Noodle.
Okay.
Wow.
So the
Big
noodle does
noodle.
manage to rip the top off of this coffin, and when it does, all of the tentacles collapse. All of the slimes collapse.
We're gonna turn off the radiation. Probably
Okay.
should anyway. 'Cause I didn't expect that to happen.
We turn off the big radiation. And
He just brought the color from space into the room.
just brought the color from space.
God.
And yeah, that is effectively the end of combat. You do still hear the voice. Oh, thank God, light. I haven't seen lights in years. Nathair be praised for this wonderful gift.
I'm gonna put up my thunder fists and be like, hold it, buddy. Just because we turned off the security don't mean that you're in the clear. Okay?
Sure, I may need some help getting out of here, though. My arms and legs appear to no longer be working.
I can help him out.
Okay, so Stein, when you look into this coffin, there's a weird, like, human torso-shaped impression in what appears to be like a biomechanical array of some kind that is filled with purplish pink goop. There's a big metal helmet and a pair of gauntlets sitting in there, and the singular red crystal at the front of the helmet is flashing in time with the person's voice. Is everything okay up there? You look startled.
Yeah,
Are you
I-
startled?
I-
I can't quite tell.
I expected a human, I guess. I didn't expect a talking this.
Well, you're one to talk, aren't you?
That's true. That's true. So what's are you aware of what you are, or what? I mean, what's going on here?
I'm assuming my body's still embedded in this thing, and that's why I can't move anything. I can still see. I can still smell. That's odd. Can't feel my nose.
Do we need the noodle to fill any gaps here? And just kind of take over movement.
Okay. Step aside. Step aside. Let me take a look. Ooh.
Yeah, inside of the human-shaped impression in this thing, that appears like a human torso, sans arms and legs, was kind of thrust into the slot here. There's just a bunch of pinkish, purplish, gray goo. There's kind of torques on where the shoulders would have been that are kind of sitting there, and then there's this helmet with a single flashing crystal on it. And a weird kind of toothy, grinning visage. Appears to be made of solid metal.
Okay. Don't freak out. But you definitely like a little bit of Grey's Anatomy right now, if you know what I mean. So, what were you like before you got in here? Tell me about yourself.
I was the beautiful High Priestess of Nathair, responsible for statue keeping in this illustrious city.
Okay.
And, well, then he showed up, said the whole statue
Right.
thing was unethical, and as punishment for my crimes, I was put into what he called the City Defense Array after he well, not to be gruesome, but immobilized me.
So, we might need to address the whole beautiful adjective. But don't worry about it. Things are just, they might be a little different. But tell me about yourself. We don't need to worry about that right now. Just stay real still, okay? You're just a little stiff. This statue thing. Do you know what's outside of the city right now?
I'm assuming the flood that was brought on by said individual invader to our fair realm.
Oh, he made the thing with the goo and the owl.
Yes, I do believe it was classified initially as a lab accident. However, given his opinions of the city council and high priests, I do not necessarily think it was an accident. I think it was a deliberate attack on our perfectly peaceful religion and cause.
Religion?
Yes, the worship of Nether.
Cause a cause.
Look, you should be able to unplug this helmet, and that might help me out. There might be some cabling in the back.
I don't think we should unplug anything right now, because I don't know if you're aware
I'm not entirely sure you'll still exist if we unplug things.
We might have some leftover faces from where we were before.
That's true, we might. Do we bring any?
I don't think so. Somebody might have a pair of pants made out of faces, but that's it.
I think we have a coat, not a pair of pants. I don't think we found a matching set quite yet.
Ketchup, do we have any pants in the bag?
I don't think you wear pants, dude. There's nothing in here but an old wedding dress.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, the wedding dress.
Cups.
This will look
That's
great.
right. And the cups.
Ultimate cups.
Thank you for reminding me of the wedding dress, Ketchup. I had forgotten.
My name's was it? But yeah,
What do
we
you-
can
what-
roll with
Okay,
it.
gadget.
What?
Yeah, it's fine.
So, before I delve too much into the establishment for this poor soul, can I, do a general check in terms of the gadgetry here? Okay. Should I do intelligence? Investigation?
Give me that investigation check. Okay. So, kind of sitting around in the, couple inches of water, there's some miscellaneous, machines that are mostly in disrepair, spare parts for what appear to be, much larger scale Warforged than what Stein is. And sitting in the corner, partially covered by the sheet, is what appears to be some sort of crab-shaped vehicle. That's entirely made of, a crystalline, enforced metal.
So,
That
how do you
could
feel
make
about
pretty fun.
crustaceans?
What do you mean crustaceans?
Like moving things, like horizontal movement. You know what I mean?
If you're speaking of the apparatus that the interloper used to get around after he had flooded the city, yes. There is one stored here.
Well, I'm just gonna look the other way for a second. I'm gonna take it.
If you could just unplug the cables, I'm pretty sure I'd be okay. We do have to see justice done.
And what's your definition of justice, though? You know what I mean?
Well, he should be made to pay for his crimes of flooding the city and,
Gabriel?
yes.
Yeah, about that. So... I'm gonna just give like a side eye to everyone else in the party.
Are you gonna get in the car and leave?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, we can't just leave him.
Oh,
We have a noodle. They could cooperatively move.
It's true, they could.
I mean, maybe we could try and hooking her. I
for an
think
hour.
it's a bad idea, but question mark?
Well, we could ask them. I mean, if we could see if they're okay with us attempting to unhook it, that's totally up to them.
I should be fine if you unhook it. I can possibly lead you to where he is. I think he hid his laboratory in a glass bauble somewhere in the city. I'm not sure which one. He would move it week to week. He picked a different one, but it could be a street lamp. It could be a decorative piece. Mostly spherical things.
And you could pick it out if you saw it.
Probably.
And just to confirm, you're aware that you're a weird helmet thing, goop, and a human torso jammed in, correct?
Oh, so I did dissolve completely then. Okay, well, if you scoop some of the goop into the helmet, I should be able to maintain my consciousness.
That sounds good to me. Let's do it.
I would. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Head Puddle. Can we huddle?
Miss Head Puddle?
I'm
I
so
suppose
sorry. Sorry, Miss Head Puddle. My
Yes.
apologies.
Yes.
I'd like to just convene with my group. Can we huddle for a second?
I do assure you, I think I can still hear most of the things in this room, but by all
Okay,
means.
we're gonna huddle.
Oh yeah, hang on. We can fix that.
Yeah, true. You can't move.
All right, so we could easily goop it into the helmet suit bowl, or we could put it all in a cup. I have plenty of cups. There's a lot of cups.
You can stack the cups.
We could stack them.
We do have
I did hear
liquid
baubles. Sometimes baubles can be like cup shaped. So
containers. Here's my point though. We are here for Gabriel. He is aligned with House Cannith, and since the glorious House Cannith knows everything and Gabriel's aligned with us, I can only assume that he flooded this city for a good reason. I mean, look around. Like, everyone's made of glass here. True, it is an accident. But if this guy has it out for him, this beautiful woman has it out for him. I don't know if I want him around, them around necessarily. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're the only ones that know what we're looking for.
Ugh, true.
That's true. We
Well,
don't
what if
know. We don't know where to
them?
go without them.
If we put a lid on the cup, do we have a little soup container? You know what I mean? Like travel safe, something that could keep them contained.
I'm sure we do. We could actually put it in the backpack with Cratchit.
True. Gotcha. If we keep, we have so many pockets. What if we just have like a soup pocket in your armor, Casimir?
Somebody write that down, because that's a good invention. Pocket soup.
Pocket soup. The goop soup.
Pocket sentient soup.
Keeps your jacket warm and
just
moist.
make sure not to open it then.
Oh, God, moist. Everything is
Right.
moist here.
I'm certain these don't leak.
I just don't like the renegade aspect, because at the end of the day, we're here to get Gabriel or to figure out what happened to this guy.
Also, are we
If
sure the
he's
city
still
did something
around.
wrong? All we really saw was a chariot race, which was some recreational activity, some people playing cards, and a few other things. So they didn't seem to be doing anything horrific here.
I mean,
That's what I mean. Like, okay, there's two things that happen, right? A, there's the goop, which seems like some kind of lab accident, right? And then B, there's the glass. And it seems like that happened after whatever happened with the goop, maybe? Because these people were running around, right? We need to figure out the chain of events here, I think. If we can figure out if for some reason this glassifying was a good thing, maybe to preserve these people, we need to figure that out. Because if this person has it out for Gabriel, I mean, we might just need to oop the goop, you know what I'm saying? Just look over.
Yeah, I don't think the goop will be much threat to... If Gabriel was able to pull off anything like this, I don't think the goop's going to be much of a threat to him anyway.
I'm always so cautious when gods are involved. Do you know what I mean?
I mean,
it's possible everything becoming glass was a defense against the ooze.
If it's resistant, it could have been a good thing. I'm just not sure.
But I don't know what could have done it at such scale so quickly.
But then, why lock away? You know what I mean? Why lock it away and put up defense systems around the city? Something doesn't add up. And it seems like a punishment of some kind, and I can only assume it was from Gabriel. I'm spish. I'm a little spish, you know what I mean?
You talked about the priestess here. She worships a gorgon? That's concerning?
Yeah. I get confused for those people all the time, and let me tell you, I got a little bit of beef.
Glass for fun, and that would be a problem.
It would not be good. Well, I've aired my grievances. I'll leave it up to you. We can take them with, but I just think we need to be a little on guard. You know what I mean?
I've been on guard since we started this.
True.
Well, if we put it in the backpack and we take it with us, we could have Crockett take a look at it and make sure it doesn't do anything weird.
True. We could just have a little sentinel.
All right, let's do it then. Let's scoop the goop and head on, I guess.
So you've arrived at a decision then?
We have. We're gonna scoop your goop, and you're gonna come with us. We're gonna carry you around, and you can tell us everything you know and where Gabriel is if you know have any additional information or whatever.
Okay. Judging by the state of myself, I do think my eyes are in this helmet. I think you'll need to take the helmet with you. I think that's my head now. I think as long as you put some goop into the helmet, I should be fine.
I'm sure my friend here can take care of things. Can the noodle just kind of incorporate the bucket helmet into its body?
For now, yeah. There's not exactly... You kind of have to hold the helmet upside down. Otherwise the goop will fall out. But you could very easily have this thing kind of embed into its body, the helmet for safekeeping for now.
How viscous is this goop? Could we wrap the old partially used wedding dress on the bottom of it and prevent it from falling out?
It's real viscous, kind of chunky, a little bit jelly consistency. So like once you got it like in there, and if you're packing it in there with something, like it'll stay in. But if your intent is to basically like put some goop in there and then stuff the wedding dress in for a seal, that might work.
The ultimate cup.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the Omega Cup right there with the used wedding dress. So I guess let's do that. We'll let Noodle carry it around and we'll pack the wedding dress in there, and hopefully it doesn't fall out.
All right.
Yeah, it's just part of Noodle's chest now.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Noodle.
Well, Ashiza, you have to do a little bit of unhooking to kind of get the helmet out of there. There's a big bundle of braided cords that appear to be coming off the back of it. But with your sort of skills as an artificer, it's fairly easy to unplug each of those instead of just ripping them out.
Yeah. Noodle is going to stop existing in like 55 minutes.
Just make sure no one drops me, and we'll be fine.
Sounds good to me.
It'll be so wonderful to see the statues again.
There's a lot of them.
Okay. what's up with the statues? You know about the whole city being made of glass?
The statues are gifts. Gifts from our goddess. Yes.
Wait. What do you mean,
Uh-huh.
gifts from your goddess?
Divine gifts to beautify the city.
Now, were they, like, made all at once? Was this, like, one big event? Or was it, like, a slow incorporation, like a decor type thing?
No, she
Tell me.
gives us gift at festival times and at yes, at festival times or during certain rites or ceremonies we receive gifts. Yes.
So there wasn't, like, one big city event. Just kind of like a hoarding situation?
Well,
Or, I mean,
you see,
decor. Decor.
They are city-wide events, and they usually result in the goddess's gifts being imparted to us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting. I'm confused about the state of this city. You know what I mean? So, to be perfectly frank, we got a pool of Baja Blast. No, it's like clear though. It's like Baja Blast light upstairs, right? And on top, there's an entire city made of glass up there. Was it that way before the lab accident? Was
Well-
there really no one in the city?
Oh, there were plenty of residents in the city. Some of them did leave. There were plenty of residents, yes. Plenty of residents, plenty of worshippers of our dear goddess Nether.
Could this have been... Okay. Hear me out here, right? Game theory. Could your goddess have maybe, like, turned the whole city into glass to protect the people?
Oh, no.
Not a protection thing?
I
it's
wouldn't
like a
know anything
punishment?
about that. No. We wouldn't know anything about that. No.
Did your
Insight check?
goddess, like, take people who maybe didn't want to be made of glass? Or was it like a blessing? Tell me
They
about
are
it. Give me the
divine
lowdown.
blessings from the
Divine
goddess,
blessings.
gifted to us and to the people of the city for the purposes of beautification.
Mm-hmm. It's like a public service type deal.
Yes, public beautification. Restoring the city to its former glory. Yes.
You know, a lot of you god
Mm.
worshippers seem to really enjoy, bodily changes and distorting things. I've noticed a trend here. Because we had a problem recently with somebody who worshipped a pseudo god and lost their faces. Now
Look,
now
I
you
said
get
I was sorry. I was in too deep.
you're back in the bag. Catch up.
Okay. I just thought I was
Catch up.
carrying the helmet.
Do you know anything about this, like, glass thing?
Not off the top of my head. Someone did mention a gorgon at some point, but those usually turn things into stone. So there's probably
Yeah.
something fucked up happening here.
I mean, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But Stein said back in the bag. Stein's super spooky, so back into the bag.
Thank you, Clutch It. We still love you.
Just,
Team mascot.
drop me off when you get a chance.
Drop you
No.
off where?
I don't think you're gonna be dropped off here.
I don't know, a beach.
You're not leaving.
somewhere nice.
Come on.
Put a glass beach.
Well, I mean, yeah, we got a glass beach right here.
I don't know, maybe somewhere with like some food.
I mean, you did say this is from layer 222.
I can't eat what's on layer 222. I can barely survive layer 14.
Okay. We'll look for the food court, okay?
That would be lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Wetzel.
Sandwich pretzel would be great. If you find one of those, I'd love it. Haven't had a decent meal in decades.
Okay. I think that's about as much as we're gonna get. I'd love to take a look at that little, like, crustacean transportation vehicle. You know what I mean? Can I, see if I can operate it at all, or move it out of the place that it's in?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
That I can do. I'm gonna give myself guidance on this.
Okay.
This is the crab vehicle,
Mhm.
correct? Okay.
Yes.
Hey. 19.
Okay. So, let me pop a picture of this bad boy on into there so that you can all see what we're looking at.
Good
Or I
crap.
can just let Nick draw it. That works too.
Yes!
George!
Call it George.
I'm
I
calling
am
it
going
George.
to put my hand down on the crab vehicle, and I'm going to use my artificer tinkering to create a glowing stamp upon the crab
Alright.
locomotive vehicle, and it is
Crab
just like
locomotive.
this beautiful swishing script that says George.
I was so not prepared for that thing to come walking in. Poor George. He never
Put a
had a
hat on.
chance.
Oh,
My
George,
magical tinkering.
I like Nick's George better.
So yeah, you after putting the script on top of this thing, you kind of realize there's a hatch on top of it, and you could probably fit about 10 people in this thing. It's roughly the size of a minivan.
Beautiful.
Does have a little control area at the front with like 8 pedals, 2 levers, a steering wheel, and some buttons.
Great. I'll pick up the vehicle. I will try to maneuver the crab.
All right. Given your intelligence check, you can maneuver it fairly easily. I mean, it's not that complicated. It is a stick shift. But you've operated heavier machinery in your time, and like with any sort of construction equipment, it is just large. But you can pile the whole thing in. It appears that the door on the top, the big hatch, does have a gasket on it to prevent anything from getting inside once you're in. So it will operate as a completely sealed container when traversing the ooze.
Hooray, that sounds good. Don't want to get engulfed in that stuff.
Correct.
All right, kids. Keep your hands and arms in the vehicle. No flash photography. All right, where do we want to go?
Now I feel
Gone are the
I feel
days
like
of direction, Dorito. Now is the time of George.
Now is the time of George.
time.
George Tank.
So yeah, where are you going?
Well, I guess we're gonna ask the High Priestess for guidance on which of things might be where we're going.
Well, we could stop by the temple to check and see if the goddess is still intact, but no, don't worry too much about that. We could also start with the park. That's certainly an option.
The park sounds fun.
I like a park.
Park,
Okay.
not Gorgon. Not Gorgon sounds nice.
I mean, I wouldn't want to disturb the goddess while she's busy.
Right. Yes. And once I get my hands back, we'll probably have some more use for interaction with her. We can probably get my hands back. Probably. So you're looking for small glass orbs. They might be hanging from trees. They might be hanging from buildings or street lamps. All the defenses should be deactivated now. I was in the Kraken, and that also seemed to control the little soldiers that were running around, so we ought to be okay.
Well, I go that way. Can I see anything like that mentioned around?
There are quite literally hundreds of these things all over the place. So what we're going to do is, if you wish to kind of pick one at random, you can just roll a d100 for me. They're all roughly the size of like a basketball. They're like those fun nautical boat weights and floaters that you can buy if you live in a beachside town. But someone is free to roll.
Somebody who grew up in Florida would know that.
Look. They have them in New England. Yeah, but they're roughly the size of like glass net floats or basketballs made of glass.
I'll let someone else pick.
Fine. You want me to roll something, Vagrant, or you just want me to point?
Roll a d100.
Alright. Wow. That's the second time 71.
That's
uncanny.
crazy. Okay, so you find one of these things, and it looks like an egg held in the talons of a statue of a large bird. Upon touching it, you are all transported.
What?
You are now bodiless entities seeing through the eyes of a large bird flying over a mountain range that you have no idea about.
And we're all seeing through the same bird?
You're all seeing through the same bird. You have lost all sense of your bodies. You have been transported. It lasts for a couple of seconds, and then you're back in the crab tank.
Oh, that was awful.
I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Kind of dug it.
Ugh.
That was
Only for a
unsettling.
moment.
Alien.
I had
I like
wings.
my reptilian skin.
Needless to say, that was the wrong bauble. Yes. Keep trying.
Oh, so I guess we need to make another attempt.
Mm-hmm.
All right, can I do it this time?
Yeah, go for it.
So close.
So close, but yet so far.
68. So close and yet so far.
All right, so how exactly are we doing this again?
So this one is a jewel spilling out of a sack carried by a fleeing thief. So one of these glass statues kind of has an additional gem that's been attached to it, kind of suspended midair. You touch that one and you find yourselves in a room with hundreds and hundreds of drawers in it.
Oh,
You're all no longer standing in, or no longer sitting in your apparatus. You are in this room with thousands and thousands of drawers.
so all of us were transported
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Well, I guess we should start opening drawers, everybody, because
Alright, drawers.
Give me some investigation checks.
Alright.
Hey. God,
All right.
I see everything.
So the drawers are filled with weird objects. There's some that appear to be spools of ribbon, but the ribbon's not quite right. It doesn't look like it's made of cloth. There are others that are full of these, what appear to be tiles almost, but they're from a material that you've never seen before. They're black and have a little silver notch on the top of them. And it's just thousands and thousands of drawers of these little rolls of ribbon and these tiny little tiles. Eventually, you do open one drawer. Ashisa opens it up, and there's a light, and you're back in the apparatus. Back in the city.
All right, that was a weird one.
This is very disorienting.
Yeah,
So
I
many
take it that
dwarves.
was not the lab.
No, that, I don't know what that was.
What if I, like, break a bunch of them at once? Huh? Save some time. Would that be bad?
That could be highly chaotic.
Chaos. Let's go.
All right, give me one more D100 from whoever wishes to pick the next one out.
I'll
I'll
do it.
go.
Oh no, you go.
Go now, harbingers of chaos.
Yes.
Ooh.
So there's a letter carrier statue walking through one of these streets, little postman cap and everything. There is a letter in his hand that is made of pure red crystal. Upon touching that crystal, Casimir, you remain in the vehicle. Everybody else disappears. Checking your pocket, everybody else can look up out of your pocket and see you. You, looking into your pocket, can see everyone else.
Is it one of the infinite pockets?
Yes.
Oh, that seems like a problem.
Lasts for about 5 minutes, just long enough for y'all to panic. And then everyone slurps out of your pocket rapidly and goes back into their seats.
Do not like. Not. No. Do not. Do not.
This is
Not
not
that
very
one
I
again.
fun.
should not be
No.
the one to open one again.
Okay. This is a bit of a trial and error. I feel like we can figure out some kind of system. Maybe. Or we can just do everything all at once. I'm kind of like 50-50.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to be back in a pocket like Klimpet.
No. I don't want to be
existed
in
in a pocket, within a pocket, within a backpack. I've reached enlightenment.
Well, I don't know. What do you guys want to do? System or chaos?
Well, we've done a few chaos. I don't really know exactly what the system could possibly be here. It seems like
Yeah. What system could we possibly have with zero guidance? And it's one of those things.
And chat, what do you think? System or chaos?
oh, there you go.
Do it all at once, or
We're polling the hive mind. Let's reach into our collective conscious known as chat.
let
Let's
me
see what
Right?
we
Wake
can
up,
do.
shit!
The collective conscious known
I mean-
as Chet.
I mean,
Can't.
it's sad, right?
I think Sass might be the only one who's awake right now. So let's go with chaos.
You
I
know
guess.
what? Chaos.
Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Shatter,
Okay.
and I am going to try to hit as many of the orbs all at once.
Okay, you find a tree in the middle of town. It's mostly been turned to glass, but there's hundreds of glass balls hanging from it. And you cast Shatter, and all of them break at once. Everyone is going to need to do a wisdom save for me.
No!
How could you do this to me?
Did you break everything?
Like,
I should say, remember you
sorry,
get
I asked.
plus control. Have fun with
You
that.
want a wisdom save?
Oh.
Oh god.
Oh no! I'm gonna cast guidance
look.
on myself.
Oh my
Chat, how
God.
bad is it? I'm not looking. Chat, how bad is it?
What is it? Wisdom. Okay, I got a 1 on that. Oh,
Oh, okay.
what that 20?
Okay.
Guys!
So, hundreds of colors, realities, and possibilities shift in front of your eyes. You're transported to 1,000,001 different places. You're standing on a mountaintop, a battlefield, in the midst of a burning city, in the bottom of the 9 hells, before an angry and vengeful god.
Oh god. I don't want to.
Stein, you find yourself once again on the battlefield. You have a face, though you cannot see it. You feel it hanging on your metal exoskeleton. You see a weapon before yourself that appears to be a large hammer wielded in both hands. And then there's nothing but white light and an explosion, and you find yourself on the ground. All of you suddenly come to in what appears to be a plushly appointed lobby of a library, with a small pond and a bridge going over things.
Was I hurt by this, or was it just a bad
It
vision?
was just a bad vision. You are feeling pretty shaken up. You have taken 6 psychic damage as a result.
Okay.
But you have all collectively kind of collapsed in a heap on the floor in the midst of this room. There's a glass sliding door behind you and a pair of double doors in front of you. It appears to be a small oasis of some kind.
Well, I
journey.
don't know what I was expecting. Wasn't that...
I don't want to make that trip again.
Yeah, that
I don't know.
was not fun.
I don't know who the vengeful god was, but let's not meet him again. He was really pissed.
Well, I guess let's rally here and take a look around. So you said this is a natural area, correct? Or natural looking?
You appear to be in a natural looking area. It's some kind of small oasis with a bridge over it. There are light fixtures on the wall, which is odd. But it appears to be an enclosed room meant to be a sort of greenhouse. There's a glass sort of skylight above you, but it's only letting in white light. You can't see anything outside of it.
Can I roll a nature check to see if I can identify any of the plants here or anything like that?
Yeah.
I just rolled random investigation to look around.
All right. So these plants would be native to regions of Xandrar. You don't know how you know that, as it's a continent far to the south that you've never actually been to. At least you don't remember being there. But it's a lot of subtropical and tropical plants in here. As far as Alicia, you find that both sets of doors are unlocked.
Would I know any of these plants?
It's pretty comparable to like what you might know. It's been arranged in kind of a weirdly tacky way. It shouldn't be growing like this. The palm trees are like really squat and weird, where they should be much taller. It's kind of almost like all the plants have been sort of dwarfed down a bit. And Alicia, you managed to find that both sets of doors are open.
Useful.
You guys want to check out the bottom set first?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do that then. I guess let's see where we're at and see what's going on.
Proceeding into this room, there's statues of various types of armor, what appear to almost be dormant warforged. There's what almost looks like a reception desk, though no one's sitting behind it, and just walls of books.
These sculptures of Warforged, do they have any types of designations on them as to what they are or when they were last active?
They do have designations. The designations on both of them end in 4NU5.
Okay.
Of course they do.
But their build and style is somewhat similar to your own.
Oh.
Can I see if I know any of these books?
Yeah. Give me an investigation check.
Yeah, I want to take a look around the library on this side.
Okay. Give me an investigation check as well.
I'm just gonna keep looking at things.
So, Casimir, there's a lot of books in this section on Dalquor. Something that you're tangentially familiar with. It stirs something in the back of your mind. But the contents of them seem far too dense to even get a look at, as well as books on geography, cosmology, planar travel, and of course, subdimensional spaces. Ashisa, you find on the other side of the library lots of technical manuals, engineering texts, things that seem to some degree old and dated, and books whose titles you can't even decipher nor read. Elisa, you notice that kind of suspended on some of these plinths and platforms are other scrolls and a notebook matching the one that you found in the Monastery of the Distressed Body that appears to be kind of suspended in a pillar of light.
Ooh, hey, book. Can I touch it?
Mhm.
All right.
It kind of repels your touch as you go to grab it.
Can I Arcana check it?
Give me that Arcana check. Yeah, so it appears to be in a force cage of some variety. So it is a perfectly sort of cylindrical cage made of pure force magic that effectively needs to be turned off with something. You're not sure what. But it is effectively in kind of a vault made of translucent sort of light.
Would dispel magic work?
You can attempt it.
Okay.
What level are you casting Dispel Magic at?
I would like to cast it at level 3.
Alright.
I need to cast at level 4? Question mark?
Let me pull up Dispel Magic. Okay, so I have to make an ability check on my side.
Okay.
Okay, so it's close, but it's not quite there. You see the light waver for a second and then almost reinforce itself against your will.
Dang
It
it!
appears as though you maybe took down one layer of barriers, but there appear to be several in place.
Oh. Oh no.
I put down all the engineering books and I like zoom in on this reinforced book.
Okay.
Can I like... I don't have any dispel type things, but can I take a look at it?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check if you want to inspect the plinth that it's sitting on. So the plinth itself doesn't appear to be enchanted. It's almost as though it's drawing power up from the floor in some way, shape, or form. However, attempting to move the plinth does next to nothing. It's bolted down. You're fairly certain that whatever this is drawing power from is also kind of what's powering the light fixtures on the walls and everything else. But it's keeping that sort of force cage around the book firmly in place.
Whatever's supporting everything is supporting this. It's gonna be really hard to just like take it apart.
I noticed. I guess we have to try and find the power source, question mark?
Hold on to it. We'll see what we can do. I can't do anything as it is.
I can't. It's gonna stay there until we either dispel all the layers or figure out how to turn the power off. So, like, I can't pick it up. Sadly. I guess we're gonna have
Let's
to poke
go
around
on.
some more?
Or we can't take it with us?
No, it's stuck inside. Like it's like a
Okay,
uh,
never mind.
it's like a vault. A light vault.
Okay, noted. Noted.
While they're taking a look at the book, I guess I'm going to take another look around and I guess look at some of these dormant warforged.
Yep.
Because we should probably see if there's... I believe you said they were similar in design. So, yeah, I guess can we take a closer look at it?
Yeah, give me an investigation check. So this one stands a bit taller than you and is a good bit wider across the shoulders, but unlike your face, which is round, this one has almost an axe-shaped face. It's very narrow in the front and kind of almost pinched in with sort of a visor line that cuts through the entirety of it, though the visor itself is dormant. It appears to have a club kind of at its side and is somewhat hunched over. The only bit of the designation that you can read kind of in between the clefts of the armor plating that's been attached to it is that for NU5.
Well, I know I share one of those, so I don't know if that's 100% mine, but I know one of those characters lines up. And what of the second set that's over on the other side?
Second set is much closer to your design, but is thin, just real thin. Except for the face, which again is like a really weird sort of distorted kind of beak-like head, as portrayed kind of in our picture there. It almost looks like it's wearing a perpetual plague doctor mask of some kind. This one just, its limbs appear to be lithe. You're not sure how it could possibly move around or even support any of the weapons that it's carrying, and sort of held in its two hands in front of it is a staff.
Okay. That's interesting. I don't know if that helps us with our book situation at all, but might have a little bit more information on where I came from, at least.
Ah, yes, anus bots. A-N-U-5.
Foray and U5.
Yep, foray and U5.
U5.
Foray and U5, of course.
Yep.
Oh, can I look at these statues? Can I look for like mechanisms at all?
Yeah, really scope them out.
Yeah, I'm checking out the back in particular. You know what I mean?
Feel free to give me an investigation check to attempt to further check these things out, but Stein's done a pretty good once-over on them. They appear to be mostly dormant. They're almost like show floor models.
Got it. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they appear to be largely dormant.
Cool.
Alright, y'all wanna try... Oh, I actually have another question. Can I check on the scroll? Does it have the same thing happening to it as the book?
The scroll does not have the same thing happening to it, and it does appear to mostly just be mail.
Oh, I'm gonna open it.
It's just a stack of mail.
I'm opening some of it.
Okay.
Federal offense.
I mean...
Absolute federal crime.
Okay.
So, one of them
Okay.
appears to be an invoice for parts and materials from a foundry addressed to one Mr. G. The address listed on it is absolutely inscrutable and points to somewhere in Flamekeep.
Mr. G.
Alright. Interesting how he's getting mail.
Yeah, who's able to send him mail? Well,
Shall we try the other
Can
door?
we?
yeah, I was about to say the power source might be in the other room
kind
if
of
you guys want to go
collaborator.
up there and check.
I'm ready.
All right. So, as you enter the other room, it is much the same. There's, again, two more large Warforged statues with equally eccentric armor on them. There's some books and other various materials scattered around here. One of the statues is actually partially disassembled, and there is a tall, lanky man in a double-breasted peacoat, wearing a military officer's cap, staring out one of these windows. The window itself, again, much like the skylight, is only really washing through just pure white light.
Is he aware of our presence?
He slowly turns around as you open the door, and you can see that he's got a wild fucking mustache.
Hell yeah.
Just to increase size. Man's got a wild fucking mustache as he turns around, and he kind of scans over the entire party before finally, like, locking eyes with you, Stein. P3N1L4NU5. I see you've survived the war, but it seems your skin was blown off. Such a shame, you had such a beautiful face.
My skin?
Yes, there was a mask. It was a new technique to make you more, less threatening and also allow you to have expressiveness. I didn't send out a return signal. Why are you here, and who are these people you've brought with you?
Well, these are my friends, and we were actually in search of you. To try to, I mean, we all have separate goals here, I think, but I guess we're sort of unified on this. I feel like, sorry, I'm just taking a moment there because we've been searching for what my designation is, and clearly you knew right off the bat. And I mean, me personally, I'm trying to figure out why in the world I'm still alive when it seems like so many other Warforged have been disassembled or gone inactive. Why I'm still around at this point.
Well, to answer that question, you were part of a special project. It does appear that your memory may have been scrambled during the war. You also lost your hammer. Pity that, but I do like the new sword. Very fitting. Very fitting indeed. Given your background, you are actually a new model that was worked on with a colleague of mine. Man by the name of George. We'll just call him George. It gets a little too complicated if we go from there. I think he's still independently operating somewhere, but you were part of a new model program to make Warforged that were less threatening and hopefully useful in a time after war. But the Conclave didn't exactly agree with our research and thus shut down the project after your model designation was deployed in the field.
Are these Warforged statues, are they inactive or are they just statues?
These are neither active nor inactive. They're shells that have been built but have yet to be invested. You see, the process of making something as unique as you that is able to have a personality, learn, and make friends, go on a journey despite any other programming or designation is, well, something that requires pulling a few strings from other places. Investiture is usually a consensual practice. It does require contacting some on the other side to pull them through. And they get subsumed ultimately by the personality that the shell invests them with. So I do assure you, you are your own person. I'm honestly just glad to see that you survived. Now, who exactly sent you here? You said you all had your own kind of goals. It is rather secluded. The monitors did show up several of the baubles exploding. I hope that wasn't you, but thankfully most of them were booby-trapped in some way, shape, or form, so good on you, I suppose, for finding me.
It was a bit of a gamble on the on how we got here.
I step forward and I take a deep and surprisingly elegant bow for such a ostentatious person. Gabriel, we've come to take you back.
Take me back? Who? By whom?
I am here in the representation of House Cannith. You went missing. We're here to find you.
I intended not to be found, and House Cannith should know that, and have me down as dead. Who put out a contract, then?
The oldest member of the family. We have fallen into unique times. There's unrest among the family. Your presence was assumed to be a stabilizing force.
My
Our
presence
place among the houses are more contested than there used to be.
Well, afraid nobody told you, but I stepped down from any official positions in House Cannith when the war broke out. I was employed by the Conclave, who promised that they were going to do great things, and when they shut down my research and put a hit on my head, I disappeared. So, I have a hard time believing that you're here on behalf of the great houses, since most of those still in power there should know not to come looking for me, or have disavowed me entirely for my research into, well, your friend here. They did not agree that artifice used for war should have souls. And, well, they may have been right on that front, but some of those souls do deserve a second chance in this plane not governed by that dark dream. So that's your angle. What about the other two of you?
Hired to similar purpose, actually. Though it seems things have changed since the families, or I assume the families, had approached the Conclave for their help in seeking you. And they were the ones who contacted us.
Oh, so it was the Conclave then. That's not going to do. How much are they paying you?
And to the others,
I'm going to be honest, I don't know.
there's been a lot today.
I didn't review that part.
It's been a long couple of days.
You've interacted with a lot of cults.
A lot of cults.
Well, when one cult takes over your lab, you destroy another one that's turning people into glass statues. That's what I like to say.
Yeah, we found the High Priestess that you left behind.
And
Well, they're
Keith
here
on
now,
Eden.
actually.
Would you like to speak to her? She's here.
Precautions.
Okay, so you have the helmet full of goo, I'm guessing.
Easily poured out, I promise.
Okay. Moving her out of the city may have cut the connection, so she may technically be dead, but that's probably for the best anyway. Because I'm going to need to move labs again. In any case.
Before that happens,
Yes.
please. We are in a post-war society. Look at Stein. He's here. He's a being. He exists. These consequences of the war, they've changed everything. House Cannith ain't the same as it used to be. We need
Right.
someone who understands humanity. We need someone to guide us here. Don't you think these people know that? You were the only one who understood that. You stood outside of these things. Don't you think these people might want you for a reason?
They might, and that is in the plan. However, we need to be in a place that the Conclave can't get to us. That's the biggest thing. As long as the Conclave is still around doing their little thing with the Dalquor and the Gear Project, we can't have that. If they find me, they're going to use my research to bring more things through and not the refugees that need a second chance.
Look. And I kind of stop holding that like very poised, stiff kind of performed stance. We all exist in a system, and we're all trying to get by. Don't you think you might be able to do some good at the helm of it all?
Oh, I plan on doing some good at the helm of it all. The helm of it all is actually a very good term for it. You see, far to the north, I've constructed a city. You saw the monastery, right? The monastery was floating run on coal terrible engines that. I've perfected the process in the 20 years that I've been out here, and I plan on launching my own city. My own city-state, devoid of the Conclave's influence, devoid of their political games, and open to all who would choose to make the journey. My guess is the Conclave sent you to find me to pull me back in. However, if you can keep them off my trail, I should be about ready to launch. And when that happens, well... when that happens, I don't think they'll be able to stop me.
From doing what?
Living free of their influence outside of Corvare, serving as a sanctuary for the minds and the people who might also want to be free of their influence. A refuge, if you will, also for those that were results of their war tampering. Judging by the look of that fellow in the back, he might be the result of some of that tampering, though it's a little odd. Maybe he just found an artifact or something, I can't quite tell. You're a strange one. In any case, opening up a place for people to seek refuge from the Conclave is my goal. No brains in jars, no jelly batteries. Again, as the High Priestess may have moaned, that was a punishment for turning... You saw the statues, right? Those were all people. She turned all those people into glass, using the Gorgon that she drove insane by imprisoning it for 100 years. Are you following?
What about the gelatinous sea you summoned?
That was to chase the rest of the culties out, so that I could drain it when I was done, and hopefully get some of my contacts with the Silver Flame back at the church to swing by if I give them the coordinates once I'm out of here to, remove the curse on all those people. Though they're probably going to be heavily disoriented. Some of those people have been glass statues for 50, 60 years now. They can also come to the city, I suppose. Start anew. Need all kinds.
These are some lofty goals that you've got planned out.
Well, currently we're sitting in a gem on top of a pinprick in the end of an acorn. So,
The city.
I assure you, a floating city is, it's doable, for sure.
Doable or feasible?
Feasible
You
in
think
that
you
it's
can
currently
escape?
sitting off the coast of the ice waste to the north, and all I really have to do is pour it into the engine room and start her up.
You think you can escape the influence of the houses?
Well, the houses I don't need to worry about. It's the Conclave I'm worried about. They operate outside the houses. They can pose as any house they want.
The forces that control this continent? The powers that be?
Yes.
Ashisa goes very quiet, which is unusual for her.
Look, you seem like a bright young sort. I seem to have touched a nerve. So I'll let you think it over.
All right, let's.
And what about you in the front?
Oh, never mind.
Or anyone else.
Well, I'm met them all, ferrying them around on the airships. Seemed like fun. Try and help them find you. It's been on adventure. You left quite a weird wake.
Such is the nature of science.
What? Yeah. Cults of no faces on your floating city? Which almost
Not
crashed
much.
into the ground, by the way.
Well, technically, that one was a relic that I found, not my floating city. And, well, when you're making portals, sometimes you do open one up to a given number of hells, and sometimes a bone devil comes through and threatens you, and you just decide to leave. He started a cult?
You did?
Then
sure
he
did,
got
yeah,
himself caught in machinery and was brain in a jar.
Well, serves him right on that front.
We actually have one of his minions. His name is Ketchup.
Yeah. Yeah. Widget kept the cult going because he didn't know what else to do.
Yeah, I told you not to bring me into this. I was very overwhelmed. There were a lot of people working, and I knew that if the engine stopped, the whole place was going to come down. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew that I needed to act like an asshole and, kill a few people here and there and let the monks do the thing that they were trained to do. I do regret it. Please don't kill me. I'm going back into the backpack. You brought an imp that kept the cult going. Is that right?
That's correct.
He's terrified of Stein, so we're really not too worried.
Stein. Oh, a name! You found yourself a name. Good for you. Rolls off the tongue much better than the designation number.
Well, a bunch of people shouted it at me after I compulsively stacked cups in a bar, so I figured it was the closest I had to a name.
Well, as good a story as any for a name, I suppose.
I suppose we should take
Why?
a moment to probably discuss the situation here. 'Cause-
I want to ask you. Why? Why tell us this, huh? We were hired by the Conclave. What do you want from us?
What I want from you is your silence. Don't tell the Conclave I'm here. I can give you a dummy notebook full of research data if that's what they sent you for. It'll hopefully send them on a wild goose chase through Dalcor searching for the cube, which they won't be able to find, I assure you. And, technically speaking, well, one of you is technically, I suppose, my progeny, so you can stay if you like, or you can go. The rest of you are basically trapped here, so I figure I should make my case. Now, Stein said he wanted to discuss the situation, so what situation is there to discuss? You have asked why, and why is, well, I want to be free from the Conclave. I want to be free from their political influence, and I don't exactly agree with any of the sides of the war. If they settled out in any fashion, I assume they cut the continent up. Well, I know they cut the continent up. And rather than tying myself to old houses and old bonds, I want to take to the skies and start anew.
Anew. Do you mean an influence without any of these groups? Are you establishing your own?
I'm
Do you
establishing
seek your own fate in the prophecy? Huh?
Oh, prophecy this, prophecy that. I am going to establish my own city-state, live out my days, and hopefully create a shelter for like-minded people. Prophecy or not, it's either going to happen or it's not.
What prophecy?
I'm assuming
Well,
she's
you
referencing
know.
the Draconic Prophecy.
Yeah. It's the thing on your neck.
Oh,
It's part of the fate. Same thing on my forehead. Anyone with the dragon mark is tied together. Much of the houses are the same.
That is what history would tell you. a little more complicated than that, but we don't quite have all the details.
Position, anyway. We're gonna need to talk.
Yeah, we need to figure out if
Alright.
we're gonna go ahead and accept this plan of his to go create his own city, independent from everything else, or if we fulfill our objective and bring him back. Which I would say ultimately is the objective, I suppose.
Well, technically, the objective was just for his research.
Oh, well,
The man himself was just extra.
if that's the case, do we want to just take the research and leave, or I mean, we've gotten a lot of answers here, and it doesn't seem like he has too much malicious intent.
I mean, if he's not going to steal people's faces off.
I don't know.
Or turn them into glass.
Well, he said that the face stealing wasn't his thing, so I think
That
was
does lie squarely at the fault of your friend in the backpack.
Oh, catch up. It's okay. We still believe in you.
Would like to cast enhance ability on my wisdom, which should be that would be my last second level spell.
Okay.
And I want to cast an insight check on Gabriel.
Okay. What are you trying to ferret out about him? Like, what are you trying to kind of see through or see past with this?
I want to see if his intentions are more than he says they are. Like, does he want power? Does he want freedom? Does he want destruction? What are his intentions for what he wants in our silence?
So your read on his intentions in the very matter-of-fact way that he has presented himself is that he is single-mindedly mostly about proving that he can do this whole launching a city thing.
Ambition, then.
Yeah.
I think there are many shades of gray in this. And I say that very quietly.
Yeah, I think
Is
this
it noble? I don't know.
It doesn't seem like anybody gets directly harmed by what he's doing. He even offered to possibly restore the statued people back to normal and take them with him.
But at what cost? Are these people going to be serfs for this man who just wants to do something because he can do it?
I stand squarely against any policy of slavery or serfdom, or really any classist societies. Let's be honest here. It serves no one. Doesn't help me with my research, doesn't help run a city more efficiently or more effectively.
Do you plan on creating more Warforged like myself?
If there are more spirits who wish to come over, and who have no ill intent, yes.
This
Well,
is more to the rest of the group in, I guess, our huddle.
power huddle.
Yeah. Shisa, you were saying that House Caneth would like him back. If they were to follow his lead, would that not solve the problem?
Well, truth be told, I don't know if these people want him to listen. I just told him that. They want him
Do they want to put his
And-
brain in a jar?
To be honest, I think they both use each other. Either way.
Well, is he more dangerous if we drag him back with us or let him go and start his own city? It seems
Depends
really
on if-
clean, to be honest.
You want chaos in the region. Do you want houses fighting each other? A secret city full of people that didn't mean to sign on to this?
Didn't he say you show up if you want or not?
But is it right to do something just because you can do it?
Don't we do that
Fine.
every day?
Don't you? Do you think the Warforged should be made just because they should be made? They were used as weapons just because they could be made.
Well, he did say that the process of creation, the other spirit on the other side would have to be willing, so... I don't know. The thing that worries me is it all does seem very clean and happy, and seems like it works out, and seems to be rather victimless, too, which, again, given everything we've done to get here, I feel like that's a little bit too convenient for the whole situation. We did get answers, and... all that, but I just feel like that's a little too... everything's a little too perfect in that plan.
In Arcanist studies, to make something, you must use something. What does he want to use? Huh?
That's a great question.
I mean, you just ask him. He's right there.
We could ask him. We could break the power huddle and lean back and ask away.
I think this man is here because he can.
Well, I
The
mean,
question
yeah.
we need to answer is if he should.
I mean, I'd like to know about his island, how he's making that work. Are a billion people going to need to shovel coal forever?
Exactly. I am here to bring him back. I found one notebook. We can join him, or we can stop him, or we can walk away and say we found nothing. I'm unsure. Truly.
I'm very conflicted. I feel like on one hand, he doesn't seem to have any ill intent towards anyone else and wants to kind of just be left alone.
I don't know. Ill intent doesn't necessarily mean he won't cause harm. Such things, creating a city, they have results and create conflict. Do we want another war?
Well, there's no way to know which way it would go. We could start a war, or he could do what he says, which is start a place for people to just be themselves, to get away from politics and dealing with all the nonsense.
Maybe we see what this plan looks like firsthand before deciding to turn him in or not.
We could, yeah. But I wonder if we let it happen, if it's going to get too out of control, and then we won't be able to do anything about it.
Well, I mean, either decision's going to have consequences, right?
Oh yeah.
We could deprive the world of something great, or we could be stopping something terrible. We have no way of knowing.
One way to make sure things happen the way you want is to make sure you're driving the wheel yourself.
Well, I mean, I like adventure. Go to his new city, have fun.
We could keep an eye on him.
I like this plan. I think this would be a good idea. We could see how the whole thing works, and if it ends up being an absolute disaster, then maybe we could try to do something about it. But I do fear that if it does turn south, then there may not be much we could do after the plan's set in motion.
Well,
But there's only one way to find out, and I guess as a group we agree maybe let this happen. I don't know. Anybody's
I say we make sure we support the plan, but we make sure it happens correctly. We break the wheel, but we do it in a way where we can make sure that not many people are hurt in the collateral damage. If he does something he doesn't understand that's out of his control, we could, tweak it to our advantage. Make sure things go smoothly. I admit I am someone who has used this to my advantage in the past, but it's gotten me where I am now. Here, where we are at the crux of a decision. Do we want to keep ourselves in a place where we can possibly control this wheel?
I think it's probably
Or
our only option now, unless we just turn around and
break
leave.
it. Chad, what do you think we should do?
oh, chat's all about chaos. Like, come on.
True, they rolled for chaos.
Yeah,
and here we are.
Chat's gonna be like, yeah, go. It blows up. Yay.
Right.
Been a frog hands it.
Frog hands.
We could let him go.
Science.
There's another thing in that. Now that Gabriel's brought it up, I don't actually know much about our employer. I feel as in the dark about them as I do, well, less his own plans rather than what they would look like what his city looks like, at least. He suggests that the infighting amongst the high houses is at least partly their doing.
I'll say this. The houses, they are as conniving as they are simple. The one thing they want is power. And to do that, they'll do anything under the sun. That creates complicated situations for simple motivations. And I'll admit, I don't know if he's any different. But that can be a cause for a war that lasts 100 years, or something that can end wars forever.
How about we go with him and see what this is all about?
I would like to see this city.
So you've reached a decision then?
Unless someone contests directly, I think we've decided to go and see this magical, wonderful city that you've apparently put together, or planned to put together.
It is in the early building stages right now, but if you follow me, we can take a look at what's currently there.
And I go up to him. I say, we are interested in your future. We're interested in seeing what you might do. But I swear to God, and I grab his arm, and I clench down hard with my armor. You hurt anyone? Or you take things past the ethical limit? And we'll see what this city can do, huh?
He looks down at your gauntlet on his arm, and then with a gloved hand of his own, not wearing any armor, grabs your own wrist just as, if not more hard, and slowly but politely moves you off of him, lets you go, pats you on the shoulder. I know your type, and I assure you it's not power I'm after. But if you do wish to see the city, please feel free to follow me. It's just out the doors there. We can get a nice overlook. And he kind of steps around you, meanders his way on through the library, and heads towards the front door.
Damn, he's fast.
Damn it, let him go!
He's go.
He got
is
him
fast.
zooming.
He is fast walking like a man on a mission.
And I just, I let out a big sigh, and I'll follow everyone else.
Okay. So basically you go down a long hallway, he rounds several corners, opens several doors, and then opens a large set of double doors out onto a balcony. You are currently situated in a large tower that almost appears like the bridge of a ship, overlooking a green field. It is cold outside. Though to some degree, there is like a little bit of hesitation. There's some other people sort of walking around in the lower levels that you can see, people in uniforms much like his that at glance now do look kind of nautical or almost naval in a fashion. The strip of land that you can see extends out in an almost boat-like shape. It's very much an oblong sort of deal. And right now it's a lot of green fields and some concentric circles of roads around the main tower. He sweeps a hand out over it and says, I give you my city of Zep. Name pending, decided by committee. But this city flies on crystal power. Turns out when you go to enough different planes, you find some interesting power sources. This baby runs on crystals and pure arcane energy that self-sustains using solar power. Once we launch, well, it'll be hard for people not to notice once we launch, we're going to break out of this iceberg. And from there, we'll take to the skies. You're, of course, welcome to stay, or I can charter your airships back to your respective homes. Wherever that may be. Now that you've seen it, I'm assuming you're going to want that dummy research, or are you just not going back to the Conclave at all?
I don't know if we should give them the dummy research. I think it would be better just to tell them we didn't find anything if we're going with this plan, because giving them the dummy research may prompt them to, I guess, inquire further and maybe set up a secondary task to send us back out.
Excellent. You've developed quite the intellect. Oh, but it does appear to be somewhat damaged. I'm assuming that's a run-in with the Sphinx. He kind of runs a hand over your head. Your int score is now restored. That should do that. Pesky thing. Likes to take intellect. Roommate curse should help. Well, if you're not going back, we could use some hands. There's construction to do, shops to open, and of course I do need to send word back to the Church of the Silver Flame about Danya Glonia. They'll probably get out there within the month. Any other questions?
Anybody else
Then
have
I
questions?
think this is going to be the start of a wonderful partnership. And with that, he takes out a captain's whistle, blows it rather loudly, and the entire sort of ship-shaped island shudders to life and begins lifting off the ground. Floating into the sky at a smooth cruising altitude. And that is where this adventure ends.
Oh,
Oh my god, it's so much fun!
Hooray!
Bits D&D. We
Look at
did it.
that.
wow!
Did it.
Yeah, us finishing tonight was really contingent on if you guys fought the Gorgon or not, really.
Mm-hmm.
No,
But you-
big fan,
We're
no.
in trouble.
I'm out.
Oh, I didn't even know that was an
Glass
option.
lady?
Well,
Yeah, the goddess in the temple.
Yeah, the high priestess was like, we could go check on the goddess. I was like,
that's
no, we're
true.
good.
Yeah,
No,
that's right.
no,
Yeah.
We can
no,
keep going.
Yeah, instead
No.
we hopped into George and just did whatever.
Yeah, George came out. We were really excited about George.
George.
Love the George.
Except
was
I
great.
chose
You are,
the chaos option and just did a fast travel.
We got
I
so
actually
lore
was-
heavy near the end. I was like, oh god, I'm stumbling over myself real bad.
Oh my God, no.
I was like, oh shoot, I did not do enough homework for this.
I did not do enough. Pops is
I
like,
did the
alright, I'm gonna
exact
keep
amount
you.
of homework for this.
Pops is all ready with all the house stuff, and I'm like, I just ferry people around on airships.
Well, I am an agent of House Cannith. If you're asking me to betray my house, I gotta know. I gotta be a little spish, you know what I'm saying?
Just a little spish.
Just
Little
a little
fish.
bit.
Well, see, now you
I
can
agree,
keep a close eye on the situation, and if it all works out well, great. And if it doesn't, then you can do something about it.
I'm here,
Yeah.
all slanty eyes in the back.
Yeah.
All slanty eyes.
The entire time, things have been going well for months.
The way
We've
the way you
reached
the way you wove
six
through
years.
the way
right?
you wove through the Pentelanus thing killed me. I didn't expect.
Oh
full-
no.
You didn't expect the
Chad
Hall of
figured
Anus
it out
models?
3 weeks ago.
No, I didn't expect that because we talked about it beforehand. Because I was like,
Oh,
just did this is for chat's sake. We talked about it beforehand about finding Stein's designation, and I was like, I wanted to be Pentelanus, but I wanted to show up later. I was just very impressed at how you pulled it off. I did not expect the 4 statues and the. I don't know. It almost had like a Chrono Trigger vibe to it. Like, I don't know.
the
It was,
deep lore. The deep lore.
yeah, that was
The
funny.
deep lore.
It was really funny.
I
I
enjoy.
even tried to get the
it.
faces mostly right for other anuses. That have
You
been
did.
made.
That was actually the first thing I noticed when you're like, it's got an axe-like face. I was like, oh my god. I was like, I can't believe it. That was really funny.
We're gonna
Yeah.
cook that part for Panic. You can stick it in the lore book.
Oh yeah, Panic. Yeah, he'll need to see that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that was great. I think honestly, one of my favorite characters was probably what's it? Because he.
Oh my God, was it?
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know why
That's
that.
really good.
We were
I'm glad he
clowning,
took him
but
with us.
Yeah.
I'm also
no,
glad
for
you took
sure,
was it with you.
Party mascot.
Was
I
that expected
definitely-
or no?
It wasn't expected. It is something that happens a lot in D&D where you make some sort of like one-off NPC that the party just adopts.
Yep.
But I personally, when I was writing him, loved the idea that was like an intern that was way in over his head.
Yeah, that's definitely the feel he's got. Like he went in way
Like,
too
how
deep.
does that-
That he just committed hard to the grift that was already operating because it was working.
the perfect MLM system, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was about to say he sounds like a
Yeah,
pyramid
we
scheme
show
person where he just
Colin,
kind of bought
take
in.
faces, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that keeps the island afloat. All I gotta do is execute a couple people every now and then and sit and look intimidating. I don't actually know how any of this shit works. I just know they keep shoveling coal. I don't have to panic.
Fine. If we can just recruit 5 more people from here, and then they can recruit 5 more people.
Mostly recruiting criminals anyway, it was okay.
Yeah. I appreciated the morally gray question. The end.
I did
A
too.
little
Yeah,
nice little tie-in there for my character backstory. Oh my god.
yeah, that worked really well. I mean, I was drowning in Loreland, and I accidentally cut Zelda off because I thought we were about to go into Power Huddle. So I'm like, all right, gang. And then Vagrant's just like, and what about you? I'm like, oh, shit, I just cut in line. I didn't mean to do that.
I just wanted to make sure that everyone kind of got their turn. So
I mean, yeah, apparently I'm not as deep into house politics as Pops is. I'm like, you know.
That's
I did
okay.
kind of
Trust
like
me,
that
you
though.
do
Like,
not.
look,
I'm
I'm
just
just the
curious.
airship captain.
Yeah,
He dropped a hot
curious.
reveal on everything that we were supposedly looking for my character, and I blew it because I'm just like, wow, that's great.
Oh wow.
'Cause I was so, like,
Here we are.
I don't know. I thought maybe I should have looked into like. Again, I was more flabbergasted by just the level of hot lore we were getting hit. I was like, oh god. I was like, I can't hang. I'm not deep.
I was so deep, y'all. I was so deep.
Oh,
Vagrant
man,
was like,
so cool.
okay, we probably don't need that much lore. I was like,
Appreciate Vagrant writing us so much lore, though.
Oh, yeah.
No, thank you. I appreciate. very good job. This is so much fun.
We
I've
should
had a
send
Yeah,
him,
that
blast.
was
like,
that was really, really, really great. Everybody did fantastic. You guys all did wonderful, and Vagrant's campaign structure was wonderful too. Sass is asking what Ketchup's going to do. I like to think in my head canon that Ketchup ends up working at a Sbarro.
Not a Wetzel's Pretzels.
I just want him working at a pizza thing in like the mall food court.
Sorry, we're out of garlic nuts.
Yeah.
Oh god, can you
Like,
imagine him at the coffee place
interpretation.
though?
You said you wanted 2
Want
cups of
coffee?
sweetener or 3.
He's like, I forgot your order. How many things did you need?
Sorry, we're out of olive milk. Not olive milk, almond milk.
Can you imagine the meltdown? Oh god, we're out of soy lattes. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, one of the crystal denizens or whatever is just like, what do you mean you're out of oat milk? It's just like, I don't know. They didn't send any.
It's not here.
They're like, let me speak to your manager, and he like goes behind the counter, comes back up with a mustache. He's like, I'm the manager.
Keeps doing the same grift.
Yeah,
He
the
goes on
same
and puts
group.
on the exosuit.
Absolutely, that's me. I'm the manager.
I'm the
The
manager.
Bone Devil head as a mask.
Yep.
I'm the manager.
He went back for the Bone Devil exosuit. It is I, the manager.
We stand. We stand.
I mean, that does bring us really nicely into the classic kind of end of arc segue of like, after this, what are everyone's characters doing?
Well, I mean, I figure if he's on the up and up, Alessio will probably just end up becoming like airship captain to do transport of people and goods and whatnot.
All right, I like it.
Gabriel knew about the kind of thing that set off Casimir's powers, so he's really curious about exactly how much he knows about that.
Get access to all the research.
Yeah, I think Stein would just be interested to effectively talk to his creator and learn more about himself and possibly about any other Warforged that might still be around, because I think he did say there was one other one that was similar. Maybe figure out a way to contact them or find them or something like that, and possibly take the party along, because obviously we're really good at finding stuff. So
Oh my god, we're amazing.
The Finders
be-
Guild, the next adventure. The search for the other anus.
the search for what did you say his name was, like
Okay.
George or
I
something?
need this in my life. You don't understand. I need that campaign in my life.
That would be
See,
fun.
like-
Yeah.
I feel like Ashisa would be the most cautious out of everyone. Clearly, right? She was the most embedded in the system, TM. You know what I mean? I don't think she'd give it up that easily. I think she's already been playing a lot of sides for herself, kind of capitalizing on such systems. I think she'd play along for sure, but I think she'd also try to keep Gabriel as accountable as possible, while also trying to kind of be a double agent as much as you can. You know what I mean?
Play all possible sides.
Play both sides, but also try to keep both of them as accountable as possible.
I'm playing both sides, so I always come out on top.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And it's just
I'm
that big
not smart
brain,
enough to play both sides.
like, kind of sitting on the fence and figuring out if she can capitalize on the system to make both of them more ethical in a way, if she
See.
can. That's kind of what she's always been about, is kind of like, okay, I'll play along, get to the top, and then run things properly the way they should have been the whole time, you know what I mean? So I think she's gonna keep doing that. She saw the opportunity, and it might speak both sides of her mouth for both things. And whoever proves to be the most ethical, she'll go along with, you know?
Makes sense.
If Gabriel does something wrong, she'll sure as hell stop him if he does.
Here's a question I have. Did Gabriel have
Mhm.
battle statistics ready to go in case we all just went in and whacked
Yes,
him?
Gabriel did have battle statistics ready to go in case you all win. Gabriel is an absolute monster.
Yeah, he squished my hand. Yes, I am a squishy baby, but
Yeah, Gabriel is a extremely high-powered NPC.
I see. Okay, that's fun.
Like,
Very fun.
there could have been some possibilities of that ending in victory for you, but
Probably not.
probably not. I do also
That was
have
really fun,
the other unused maps for if you were going to fight the Medusa.
Show us what we missed.
Cut content,
That
cut
looks so
content.
cool.
Cut
content.
content, new Souls game.
Okay,
cut
y'all, let's go
content.
back. Let's
Is this
gorgon
Dark
it up.
Soul cut content 5th Artstone?
Oh
Wow.
my god!
Where's
Fuck
the
it.
room? Huh?
Damn, Medusa looking dusty.
Ooh!
Oh no, she's so dry. She definitely
Mhm.
needs moisturizer.
Oh,
Oh,
she's
no,
She's so
where's
dry. She
that?
lives in
Hey.
Goopville.
Bad
okay, so-
cousin.
I didn't realize Gorgons were skeletons? Question mark.
No, this one actually had been imprisoned for several hundred years by the cult, and thus
Undead.
driven mad to the point where they just sacrificed people to it to turn into more statues.
Wow.
For the beautification of the city.
Goddess.
Okay, I'm so
and in
glad
fact, the
we.
entire dome of the cathedral was made of statues of people.
All right.
Oh, wow.
I'm so glad we took a pass on that.
Good thing I rolled that nat 20 for the chaos roll, huh?
Oh man. Well, I mean, I would have been like, no, we don't need no Gorgons in this. She tired. Let's let her.
She
sleep.
tired.
tired.
She needs to moisturize. It's fine.
Damn, she's long. She's 30 feet
You
long.
go dip in the goo.
Go dip in the goo. Enjoy it.
We had
Is-
George.
George.
Well, because I also had another encounter map. I'm glad that I got to use the like pocket dimension one. I had another one for
Yeah.
a various bauble because I was rolling on an encounters table.
Right. Ooh, this is
It was, let's be on the back of a bug.
Oh.
All right.
bug. Fun. I love the maps. They're so cool.
hmm
Yeah, these are
I mean,
neat.
the maps and stuff, honestly, for anyone else in the chat who does stuff, I think we've got links to them. Did we make a command for that, Nick? Or is it just
I
at
don't
the
think
bottom of
I
the
don't think we did
things?
the. Actually, I don't know. Did we do a command for the maps? I feel like nobody really asked, so I'm not sure if we did. We have the credit at the bottom though, as far as the map makers themselves.
Yeah.
Map and assets.
Yes,
I
so
like the
the
maps.
maps and stuff that we used are from, I think it's Shay and Peku.
Cool.
They have a Patreon. They do maps of all varieties. If you like the maps here and you do stuff online, I highly suggest checking them out because it's a really good deal.
Yeah, it was 2 Minute Tabletop, Shay and
They're
Peku,
awesome.
and Ross McConnell.
Yeah.
I think were all the credits for these.
Yep. So yeah, that's Bits D&D.
Yay! That was
We
so
did it!
fun.
Hooray! We
Stretch
did
goal
it.
achieved.
And it was great.
I'm so glad.
It was so fun.
I was joking to Glass about this, but I was the one to suggest this the whole time. So clearly I was just slowly and surely just plotting to get my own D&D game out of this because I am a forever DM. So clearly this was my ultimate plan.
This was the
And I'm
flex.
so glad it worked out.
Yeah, and some of these maps are just direct from Wizards. So this one, because we actually were running a heavily edited module.
It's fun. It's really
so-
fun. Good job. I had a
Yeah.
blast.
All right.
Yay!
Hooray!
Where did this map come from? Because I see the little people in the bottom corner there.
This
Yeah, they're
map
really
was
cute.
from the Wizards kit for this module.
Really
Again, heavily edited version of the Lost Lab of Qualesh.
cool.
So this was like an alternate take map for the Flooded City because after the Monastery of the Distressed Body segment, which we all remember the blinding nature of that map, because
Oh,
they
God,
print
yeah.
these things like they're old school D&D modules, and it's just like, hi, white.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
I looked for an alternate version because they had published one and they were using it as like banner art on D&D Beyond.
Got it.
But I found it, and then decided that we were going to use that because it's a little bit prettier to look at. It has a little bit
It's
more
really
character.
cool. Like I noticed all the bird details and stuff.
Mhm.
Very cool. Like on the little Pantheon section.
Mm-hmm.
Very neat. I was like, oh
and
no,
you
we
can
gotta
see
dex
that
this.
Oh.
Oh.
And you can see that the dome is like a bunch of little people shapes.
You can, yeah.
True.
Actually, a lot of them are.
Yep.
Over here,
So many.
Uh-huh.
like red and down to what color that is. Green?
All
Yellow?
of the domes are people.
Oh, look at George. Look at him.
Thank you, Erica. I'm glad that it was fun. I'm
Yeah,
glad
this
that
was
you all
great.
enjoyed.
Yeah,
I had a blast. Like honestly, this was so much
It's
fun.
so much
Yeah,
fun.
that was fun.
it was a good length. It was nice and punchy. You know, nothing
Mhm.
went on forever. Everything was well thought out. There was zero critique on any of it.
Awesome.
Chef's kiss.
Not that I was locked and loaded, ready for hot critique, but I'm just saying, like it was all really good.
More video on D&D.
The deep
And how
stuff.
lore. I wish I'd known. I would have like got popcorn. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it leaves it open too, in case we ever decide to revisit it. In case there's a
Hey, it's true. I love my
Yeah,
character,
so
to be honest.
I
I
had a
do.
blast.
actually-
I'm so sad.
I actually ended up running you guys, and why I have so much of the deep lore written is that I run stuff in this iteration of the Eberron setting a
Right.
lot. So your characters, when not being played, are now permanent fixtures in, wherever they may be.
Yeah. Oh, she lives on. They live
NPCs that parties that I run may interact with or may come across because you got some interesting characters.
on. Well, good luck on that Long Island accent.
oh yeah.
I'll do my best.
I trust you.
But yeah, I don't know, Nick, if you wanted to keep going. I know the night is young for you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
What is going on
deciding that currently because I'm pretty tired, so I have no idea if I even have if I have old band in me tonight.
No, that's okay.
I mean, early night, not terrible.
You know, it's actually a little bit later than I thought it was. I thought it was like 9:30, but it's actually already almost 11. I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, thank you guys all again. Thank you, Vagrant, for doing the DMing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Probably do some final words to chat here, and then decide, I guess, if I'm gonna Elden Ring it up. But I really do appreciate all the effort you guys put in for all the writing on the characters, and Vagrant for building the whole story and the campaign and stuff, and all the characters you played and stuff. That was great. All you guys did wonderful, and I think that went as great as it possibly could. So couldn't ask for anything better.
I'm so glad that y'all had fun.
Oh man, it was great.
High fives to
Jason.
everyone.
High five.
Boom.
Ugh.
It's time to go stack some cups.
Yeah,
Yes,
gotta stack
time to
cups.
go
I
stack.
was gonna try to weave that in at some point, but I'm
Oh,
glad.
we gotta go out with bagpipes.
Oh, we do gotta go out with bagpipes.
Oh yeah, I can blast them. Hang on a second.
Hang on, I gotta unmute stream.
Yeah, about to launch a ship. Gotta play something.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
to put something when we
true. It's
launch.
just like that scene in Dune, like the movie.
I actually don't know if the bagpipes are loaded anymore.
Oh dang!
No, I think I could reload them. Hang on a second.
15 hours of bagpipe drone. I got you.
Well, I had to do an update to my Go XLR, so naturally it's being big stupid. So
Of course.
Naturally,
pretty,
it does what a Go XLR does.
yeah, it sure does. It is okay. That's some kind of recording, which that's not what we want. Well, shoot. Here we go. I think this is it. Got it.
There it is. Send us home.
there it is. The shitty
Beautiful.
bag. The now will not stop for some reason because I'm hitting the button to stop and it won't do it.
The
Okay, I got it.
Going out.
Why did Stein have bagpipes? He just had them. So Stein's equip load, because we had to. I think we all picked like one magical item, and I was like, give me this big stupid sword because this should be really funny. And it did end up being pretty funny, but I remember Vagrant asked me like what was going on, and I was like, all right, what if we were trying to figure out, I guess, like where he got the stuff from, and then we determined that he woke up at the bottom of a lake. And then it was Vagrant's idea to be like, maybe he comes across like a merfolk vendor. And I was like, oh yeah, definitely. He gets a cursed sword, a used wedding dress, and like a hand grenade, which that never came into play, thankfully. But the used wedding dress is actually a joke from Always Sunny. Because there's an episode where Charlie and Mac go to a pawn shop, and Charlie is in wonder Charlie and Mac are both in wonder that pawn shops have everything, and they're basically like bazaars that just carry all kinds of nonsense. And there's just this wedding dress that Mac is obsessed with, and it's just a used wedding dress. And like he keeps bringing it up because he's got like a head concussion, and he's just like, well, yeah, we'll take that and the wedding dress. And he's like, we don't need the wedding dress. Stop trying to get the wedding dress. So I was like, what do you mean you also got a used wedding dress at this weird merfolk pawn shop underneath the lake?
Amazing.
Why not?
So it's a mermaid dress, right? Like
why not? I mean,
Absolutely.
It could be literally anything. The
Tight on
bagpipes
top, floofy on bottom.
I don't remember
why it
where
was
the
waterproof.
bagpipes came from. Does
Because
anybody
of
remember?
We just had them.
Yeah, but I feel like it was a conversation we all had beforehand because I made a joke about what if you just came in blasting bagpipes or something.
It was a conversation you and I had when I was helping you build your character, because the soldier background in D&D comes with an instrument proficiency.
Right.
Yeah.
And you were kind of overwhelmed and confused by this, as you well should be. And you were scrolling through the list and you're like, fucking bagpipes? I can just have these?
There's a lot of options for sure.
It
sounds like, yeah, just sign me up on bagpipes, I guess. Oh my god. Well, thank you guys all again. I think depending on like how this looks, I guess, and what people's reactions to it is, we might do another one at some point. Not immediate future, but
I'm ready to roll up with that deep lore that no one else is gonna bother with. I got you.
Hey man, that's the world building right there. So, but no, I'm glad people seem to enjoy it. Thank you again, Vagrant. Thank you everybody. And I guess I'll talk to chat here a little bit, and I'll let you guys say your farewells and all that.
Okay.
All right.
Bye everyone.
Bye chat. See you
Bye,
in like
everybody.
3 seconds in chat.
Later, everyone. Thank you so much for having me on to DM.
Thanks for
Goodbye.
the watch.
Yeah, thank you guys all again.